All right, we are live. Okay.
Hey,
So, for those of you who aren't in the know, this is Jeff Price, and I'll be GMing the rest of this adventure. Let's go ahead and start with, I've cleared the dice pool, so we'll go ahead and start with the Destiny pool, and I will roll for obligation.
sweet. Hey, I did good.
Oh, wow. No
Oh,
obligation to boot.
That's a good thing.
If you guys are getting all those light side points, I expect you to use them.
oh. That's a lot of light side point.
Okay, it's broken.
It's broken. No.
Well, and then Aliana gives us an extra one too.
Oh yeah, I'll make an extra one.
Sorry about that. I was running a bit behind.
It's all good. Or just started.
It's okay.
Oops.
I'm gonna roll in a minute. I'm not on the desk.
Who was the obligation on?
No one. I rolled a 96.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so our players are towards the bottom right of the map, where we left off last week. After killing a bunch more of these spider creatures, confronting a queen, moving the eggs around, HK-47 burning some of the eggs and doing mass casualties with the spider-like Kinrath creatures, and then 3 of the Force users use the Force to get Kyber crystals, and Necro used his incredible intelligence and got 2 triumphs on his successful roll for grabbing a Kyber crystal. Yeah, you guys can hold your applause. All right. Klein stayed behind. I guess they were checking. He was checking to make sure that no one comes behind on the bridge. Before we cut to them, did everyone roll obligation?
Yes. Well,
right.
I think
I mean 1 light side point for Aliana, right? Is that still active?
Yeah, it happens at the beginning of each session for being Paragon.
I did read some of the basics, and I added them to the OneNote for the Force, so we will be doing the conflict rolls at the end of every session.
Is anybody hearing Jeff like if he's a long ways away from his microphone?
Am I not talking loud enough? Can you guys hear me?
You're talking pretty clearly to me. Maybe you just need to turn up the volume for him.
Yeah, it's clear. It just sounds like you're a little ways away from the microphone, sort of muffled.
Sometimes when that happens for me, I exit the game and rejoin, and that sometimes fixes it, because I've experienced that in the past as well. But if anyone else hearing that?
Not me.
Okay. No, you sound pretty crystal clear.
What? Oh, I need to roll my thing now. 1 second.
Go for it. Say something, Jeff.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better. I just exited out and came back in.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. Okay, cool. I guess
there you go.
Side points. Thank you. Okay, so let's go ahead and scoot over to the group. So we just got finished getting some Kyber crystals. HK-47 set some creatures on fire. Did some blasting. Some Kinrith died. Some eggs were burned. Some eggs died. A bunch of chaos. Just then, TRD was driving with you guys and stops, and out pops TRD's head. He's like, yes, okay, tell them I will be there right away. Guys, I am so sorry. I have got to book it. I have a clientele, a very important one within the Black Sun ranks that is calling on me. And, it's one of those calls that I cannot refuse. So I apologize. I am going to have to exit out. So I will see you guys back at Skip 1.
Was it TRD or Necro's head that popped out?
Necro's head. Did I say Necro? Sorry, I meant Necro's head popped out of the backpack on TRD's, and he started talking.
Have fun there. You can do great.
You think you can do one thing for us before you head out?
What's that?
Make the bridge non-operable? Once we get across, but if you gotta go that fast, don't worry about it. We'll figure something out.
I really gotta go. I don't want to risk it, but I'm sure didn't I let someone borrow? No, that was a different game. I let someone borrow my toolkit. Does someone need a borrow toolkit?
I can take care of it if need be. I've got a universal tool.
Okay. Well, sorry I have to cut and run, but I will see you guys back at skip 1. And with that, he gets back in the backpack, and TRD starts hauling like in 5th gear. Dirt like
Bye.
yeah, dirt starts spraying the air. So he runs off.
Man, when he needs to go somewhere, he goes there fast.
Okay, so he goes past the bridge. Let's see. There we go. There. Okay, and he drives. I'll move Klein over here. So he drives. So this is like a makeshift bridge or something someone presented from the miners from the previous week. So he drives by, and Necro pops his head out again as he's about to pass Klein, and he's like, "Hi, sorry, got business. Real important. Sorry to run. See you back later." And he drives out of the cave real fast. After he takes off, then a character starts looking like they're running towards you, Klein, with a weird-looking hat, like an Asian-style hat. Let me see if do you got a picture? There you go. It's kind of small. But you see something like that approaching you.
Yeah. There should be a kid picture on his bio.
Yeah, I see it. I shared it with people.
While all this is going on, Jeff, I have a question if you'll allow me to do something with Aliana.
Yeah, what's up?
From the couple of dead Kinraths that's right here, I'd like to try to harvest alchemical crafting components from them.
Yes, that's fine. You can be doing that. Well,
I don't know if you want me to make some sort of roll to do that, and I don't know what the difficulty would be because I don't know how y'all do it when you're taking stuff apart to get components.
So we use existing charts. So what are you wanting to build with it? Is there rarity?
Well, I figured yes, there is rarity of components involved, but you would have to. I don't know if there's a roll or successes that determine rarity, and I would be crafting with discipline. So I'm assuming when I'm gathering these parts, it would be using discipline versus mechanics.
Yeah. So I'm going to try and keep it simple, and I'm going to try and make it common sense. So is the thing that you're wanting to be crafted, could it be crafted from the parts of giant dead spiders?
Alchemy's weird. It can be crafted from anything. Like I can literally go and buy components, but I like to narratively flavor me finding things in the environment because it's alchemy.
What rarity are you needing?
You give me a rarity, and I'll keep up with how many components of X amount of rarity. But everything starts at rarity 4 for alchemy.
Okay, so how about I roll a d6 and we add 3 to it. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Come on, get a 6.
All
Get a
right,
6.
so rarity 4.
Oh.
Okay, and what's that difficulty for mechanics when you're deconstructing stuff? Because I'm assuming that would be the same difficulty.
It's the exact same as the chart for something equivalent. So something else that's rarity 4 to make an alchemy, you would deconstruct it as if you're crafting it. So it takes the same amount of time to deconstruct to salvage the parts from as it does to construct. And just like crafting,
well, different.
You can get schematics for deconstructing specific type of things.
I know, but what I'm asking you is different rarity for crafting things start at different difficulty. So what difficulty do you want me to put for deconstructing rarity 4 stuff?
So what's the closest? It's kind of interpretation. You just kind of. I would
a simple tool or a specialist tool. I think is a 4, right?
Maybe. Oh no, I was talking about using the. Okay, so I was talking about using the.
Or are you talking about the difficulty of what I plan on making with these components?
Okay, so on your alchemy chart, look for something else that's rarity 4.
Oh, that would
Then
be a 1
that's
purple
your
difficulty.
Yeah, so that's your difficulty to deconstruct it, and you get as many.
Okay,
And the
gotcha.
most you can get,
So-
if you get enough advantages, you can get the most you can get from taking apart something and getting useful parts from it is 75. If you get enough advantages, you can get up to 75%. So you can use the.
Okay, that works.
Cool. Yeah, I try to keep, even though it's house.
I was trying to keep it
stick.
stick. I was trying to stick with what you have for mechanics, but using discipline since that's what I used to craft with instead of mechanics.
That sounds good. Okay, so you can do that, and I'll go back to the story with Klein and the new interesting character. Okay, so we are back. So this strange-looking creature. In fact, when you saw the miners, you might have seen him in the background. It, her. I don't know if it's him, her, it. So, but you might have seen it in the background with the miners at the miner camp. So there you go. Take it away.
Okay. Well, I'm going to assume since the last thing that I was involved in.
Yeah, so they found some miners to the right. I think you missed that, but there were some miners in the group. They only allowed one character to go back, which was Aliana. And they talked about some stuff, and they gave us this weird contraption to get across. They wanted to get access to the crystals or something like that. So that's kind of what you remember from last week. You weren't here, but that's what your character would have remembered.
Okay. Yeah, then I will still have my gun out, I'm sure, since we were fighting things.
Yeah, and they also had a heavy repeating blaster rifle targeted at the group and said only one person may enter the camp.
Okay. And so I'll kind of point it in that direction. Finger not on the trigger or anything like that, but just as a cautionary, like, approach careful sort of thing, because I don't like to be startled.
Okay, you see a person in heavy armor, arrow, have their gun pointed at you, but the finger's not on the trigger. They're using proper finger safety with firearms. So.
And I'll be like, hey, like, who are you? Don't come any closer.
Demarion, you are on mute, so you might unmute yourself to talk.
Alright, so he's gonna stop.
Okay, identify yourself.
I am Arrow. What you here doing?
I think I could ask you the same question.
I protecting I protecting my client.
And who is that?
I think you not know.
Obviously, since I don't know who you are.
I said arrow. I arrows. You is
KL13N.
13KLN.
I shake my head at this point and I say, no, KL13N. N.
I say that. 1, 3 in, K out. Do I get it right?
No. What is your
My apologies, I am. I speak not well.
Well, that's obvious. What's your business down here?
I protecting, but need help.
So
And
you
who
guys
are
can
you?
hear some fire in the background and some screeching from creatures as if they're being burned alive, and in the distance. So kind of like a little war zone.
Okay, do these sound like the same spider-like creatures that we've been fighting?
Yeah. I backed up in time, just a minute. Then it went quiet
And which direction did you say that those were coming from?
by the bridge where your group went off to.
Okay.
They there? Why you not with?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm still trying to figure out what you're doing here and why you are running up on me.
Need more distance from them.
From who?
He pointed back from where he came. Not acting right. Very strange they are.
You don't hear or see anything yet in the direction he's pointing from.
Okay. Well, maybe it's best if you go ahead and turn around and go back where you came from.
So the rest of the group, you guys can start making your way back now across the bridge if that's what you want to do. I know Will.
So
I
I'm
know
hearing over my
Oleana's-
shoulder constantly while talking, like making sure no one's coming behind and being at the ready.
All right. So the rest of the party, you guys can start making your way back to the bridge if you want to. All right, and then you guys continue with your conversation.
I hear stay. Help you will. Right?
That's not up for me to decide. You can stay right there in the spot that you are in. You're more to do that.
Alright, so he plants himself and he readies his rifle, pulls it, unslings from his back, and aims down back the way he came.
Anna, what are you doing? Why are you touching those bugs?
Okay, well, since he turned around the other direction and is doing whatever it is that he's doing, I'm going to go ahead and start making my way back towards the group now.
So he's not completely with his back to y'all. He just kind of like sideways to, so that way he can see both avenues just in case someone gets hostile on either end.
Well, that's fine. Whatever. But I'm going to walk towards the bridge thingy.
Okay, so there's a lot of rushing water, and that water looks very dangerous. I think it was a 3 purple athletics to cross it.
No, because it's a bridge.
Oh, now it's a bridge. Never mind. That's right. We were crossing before there was a bridge. Okay, so you can just.
It was reduced to, I think, an average or simple.
I think simple. Yeah, simple.
You don't have to roll. It's a bridge. You're good. You can cross it.
Okay, perfect.
I don't know. Aliana was having some problem with it.
Why?
It's because I'm not very athletic. Okay.
Oh yeah, since we're still crawling with spiders, I'm gonna move out of the spider area.
She's been, while that's been going on, she's been over there gutting spiders, basically. That was dead.
I climb.
She's looking at its manacle, inspecting it, breaking it open like you would a lobster, and pulling some of the meat out and some of the. And it's got
goo and silk is what I was thinking.
I imagine you got some clay pots or something that you're putting their entrails in and intestines and separating stuff out, something like that. Maybe putting some special mysterious powder on it.
I mean, if I need to spend a light side to say yes, then yeah. But
yeah,
like
no, I'm
various
just saying narratively,
various little specimen containers, it's just small stuff because alchemy crafting is small items.
Yeah.
Hey, Nunku. I just ran into some weird, strange person, and they're on the other side of the bridge there. So you can try to talk to them if you want to, but I don't know. Maybe you can understand them better than I can. But we weren't really getting anywhere in conversation, so I just gave up and came over here to find you guys.
Could my character see arrow through across this?
Can you see in dark?
Yes.
Then yes.
Well, he's 7 foot tall, so I mean he's 2.01.
Yes. The answer is yes.
Okay, I think I'll go over and talk to him. The group's back over there with a bunch of dead Kinrath bodies.
Once I'm a little bit away from the spiders, I'm gonna make a repair check on HK because he took some damage last time.
Sounds good.
And while we're doing mechanical dice roll stuff, Jeff. Okay, so successes doesn't get you anything extra when you're deconstructing. What does one advantage get me? Because I'm not sure of the charts for deconstructing.
Okay, I have to refer to it real fast.
So I know it starts. I know it starts at 25%. I'm spending the triumph for a breakdown schematic, so I don't know what one advantage gets me.
Okay, so it's under harvesting components. If you want to get an additional 25% up to a max of 75, it requires 3 advantages or 1 triumph.
Right, is that 1 per each, or does what I'm asking is, does one advantage give me anything?
Get you a practice makes perfect. So on your next harvesting.
Well, the triumph is spent on a schematic. Does 1 advantage do anything? Is what I'm asking.
Just practice makes perfect. One boost on the next check.
Gotcha. And I think Aliana's gonna let them handle some of the role play up there. She's gonna sort of get in the middle of this spider web and sit down and meditate and try to give off good light side force vibes for these spiders to chill out because we're done.
Good vibes.
I'm done butchering your brethren.
Pretty much trying to atone for killing some of them through meditating and trying to give off good force vibes.
Okay. You go and use the force some more. As you're doing that, as you're reaching out to the force, you're starting to feel this very dark energy. And it feels kind of like maybe something has been awakened. You kind of got this sense when you were getting the force, the Kyber crystal yourself, when you're reaching out to the force and showing them how to get the Kyber crystals, and you felt it again each time they reached out to the force to grab a Kyber crystal, like this powerful, almost like it's weakened state, but it feels like it's getting a little stronger. And as you reach out in the force now, this familiar presence that you felt earlier, like when you first entered the cave with the corrupted crystals, you feel it. You felt it again when they were getting the Kyber crystals, and now you're feeling it as if it's gained even more power as you're reaching out to the force to try and ease stuff, but you're kind of aware of something dark and powerful as if it might be approaching.
I think I want to attempt something with the group, but I don't know based on how far they are if I can reach out to them with my battle meditation. I have to look and see how many rings I have.
Okay, so you can figure that out, and we'll continue to the role playing stuff. And I can read your messages too if you want to throw something on the chat and Roll20.
Oh, I'll just do it right here real quick.
Okay.
So, how are you doing?
Okay.
Greetings.
3 pips.
You here to help?
What do you need help with?
He points back the way with his weapon. Danger. There is over.
Danger. Those guys were nice once you got to know them, but they were dangerous at the start.
Oh, danger. Now.
Okay. I'll go help. See. Come on, Time. Let's go look. What's your name?
So are any of the players within medium range of me?
No, it does not look like it if you're doing personal skill.
Okay, so they wouldn't be able to get the message anyway, because that's as far as I can reach out with my battle meditation as medium.
Yeah, they're more than 12 squares away from you.
It depends on when you did it, because Pat has just been kind of slowly drifting in that direction. He paused to repair HK before moving, so I don't know how long ago he did it.
Okay, so possibly Pata, because Nunku's been away.
Do we want to introduce that roleplay thing and say Pata got the message before?
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to ask.
Okay,
go ahead. Were you doing him, or were you fixing his crit?
In that case, Pata would hear Aliana's voice in his mind saying, "Be cautious. I sense a formidable foe, someone that considers us enemies, somewhere in here with us. It's not spiders."
So, what's your name?
When
you are who?
Hey, Nunku. Who you?
I Arrow. Am.
Good to meet you, Arrow.
So I don't know if Aliana can sense it, but when Aliana tells me to be careful, I use the force to commit a force point to sense to kind of enhance my defensive reactions.
It's kind of a one-way thing unless you have a way to commune back with her. Like, I know narratively Nunku tried it, but it's a one-way thing. Like, y'all won't.
Oh yeah, I didn't say anything. I used the force, so I don't know if you can detect that or not.
So as you use the force, Pata, you're feeling a presence now. You thought you felt something when you were getting the crystal, but now you definitely feel something pulling you. It feels kind of dark, but enticing.
Rest of you, where are they?
Oh, they are back there. And Nunku points behind him past the bridge.
I drift back so I can kind of vocalize quietly, and I say I can feel it now.
Ready, get. Coming they are.
Yes, they are coming, but we can help see what's going on there to assess the danger.
No. Stay back, you must stay.
Okay. Fine, you should probably go get the others.
Okay. And he looks back down his sights.
Nunku will go onto the comms and say to the others, "Hey, there's apparently danger up here, so I would like the entire group up here so that we're able to assess the danger."
And Aliana could have used the comms to just say that to everybody, but she didn't. She wanted to use the force, so she'll get up from her sort of meditating and head that way.
Do I see any of them yet coming?
No, you don't see anything yet. I will let you know when something appears. It's going to be like there's empty, and then I will tell you what happens.
Okay, I have goggles that lets me see in the dark. Just so you know.
That's great. Do you have goggles that let you see in supernatural force, mystic, cloaking powers?
No, I don't think they list that in the specializations. Let me check.
These guys have the misdirect power. Ooh.
Or they might have something that you don't have access to because it's on the dark side of the force, and the books mainly focus on the light side.
Out of character, I have a out of character question about how we can go about gauging characters' strengths and weaknesses in character.
Well, with force users and you're a force, they'll emanate just like you emanate.
No. Specifically, what I'm saying is, long story short, without metagaming it, how would one tell if someone has a 3 in agility or better?
Oh, I guess you just have to do a perception. I mean, I don't know how you
specifically targeting Pada. Specifically targeting Pada, I'm trying to figure out if he seems to be rather agile or not.
Do you look agile, Pada?
Like average, I think. 2's average, right?
Yeah, there you go. That's how you can describe yourself. I'm average. I'm a little above average. I'm formidable above average.
I figured it was a more narrative thing. That's why I was asking Pada, specifically, like checking him out.
Yeah, I think.
More come.
Yeah, that might be the easiest way to do it.
How about Nunku? I don't know what Nunku looks like.
Nunku looks
agility-wise
like a bionic space lizard that's super fast.
What do you mean bionic?
Well, you know, like the Bionic Man, he could go really fast. That's way before your time. Never mind. It's before my time.
Yeah, that is before.
Okay, so is Nunku average with agility or above average?
Way
That's what
above.
I'm getting at.
Above average.
In fact,
He looks above average.
Uncharacteristically above average for his species.
Okay. Oh, who's this person? Finally sees the new person.
This is Arrow.
Hi. Danger. Stay back.
What type of danger? I feel like there is danger all around us. What type of danger?
Miners. Crazy go. Doggy.
The miners have gone
They
crazy.
go crazy too.
She's gonna look at Nunku and do, you know how you do the finger like come here?
Yeah.
Come here.
Okay. He comes over to her.
She's gonna pass him her training stick. And kind of, I'm trying to gauge if Nunku has any skill in using the lightsaber skill specifically. So just kind of seeing how he grabs it and holds it and everything.
He grabs it like he would grab a melee weapon.
That's not gonna work for these.
We're gonna have to work on that. I'm not a big fan of that first crystal you grabbed. I was going to give you something in case we need it, but I'm afraid you might cut your own arm off, so we might have to work on that.
Okay.
So as you guys are talking about there might be danger ahead, HK-47 chimes in.
Commentary. It is not possible to destroy the Master. It is suggested you run while my blasters warm up, meatbags.
So he's saying that off into the distance.
I couldn't hear it. It was very low.
From Arrow was saying there's danger. You would turn it up. Maybe?
I couldn't hear it. It was very low. What did he say?
I actually heard it this time.
He said that there was like danger or something.
She'll try to get her stick back from Nunku because that's what she's been using in this cave the whole time, except for the one time she pulled out the lightsaber for light. She's been using her stick to attack with.
Do we think these? I'm pretty sure these things are aware of us if they are the miners.
Yeah.
Whoever that is, I would show yourself carefully. I can't guarantee that HK won't start blasting as soon as you try and sneak up on us.
Here,
Not talking. They are not.
So let me try this again. My volume was down. Let me see if this makes it easier.
But
to
she will activate her, what was it called? Shield Gauntlet.
Okay, so this is what HK says. Maybe you can hear it better.
Commentary. It is not possible to destroy the Master. It is suggested you run while my blasters warm up, meatbags.
Did you hear that better? Okay. So, now, if you guys want to move up, you can start seeing fog starting to dissipate. And you can see a group of the miners just standing there with 2 horned calf hounds. This is kind of what the miners look like, though. So instead of 3, there's about 7, but they're all just standing, same exact pose, and they have this kind of green smoke emitting from their eyes. Just like the calf hounds as well.
Uno momento, Klein. Could you move up off the bridge?
Absolutely.
Then HK47 says, commentary. Master, this seems familiar. Something I may have experienced on Yavin 4 before I went offline.
Hi, people. How are you doing?
Do you have any more information than that, or just a vague familiarity?
There's so many, I gotta scroll through 80. Hold on.
While they're dealing or interacting or whatever, once Klein moves off the bridge, once again she'll pull out the lightsaber and cut this into the bridge.
No, don't. My knee.
It's okay. Let her do it.
She was really iffy about pulling it out in front of this new person, but she's gonna go, no.
He stares you down, and he's really insisting don't cut it because we might need it for an escape.
Very well, I'll leave it for now, but there's no escape in that direction.
Here's what he says.
Answer. I have no way of knowing that, Master. My memory has been deleted, remember?
Yes. Perhaps, do you feel danger or just vague recollection?
Commentary. Master, I feel familiarity. And if it was because I was deactivated, my memory does indicate that my deactivation was because my master had died.
Jump, is the town, is it over here or is it on the other side?
You can see the miners now and the calf hounds. They've appeared out of this dark, mysterious, smoky fog. They are doing nothing but standing right now.
Do you want to talk or something? Hello?
As you approach,
but yeah, she won't quite cut the bridge yet. She'll just put the lightsaber back up and yeah.
As Nunku approaches, they all speak in unison, except for the calf hounds, who just make a almost as if they're trying to speak basic. And they all say, "Are you Jedi?"
No idea what that is.
Is there Jedi among you?
No idea what that is. So I'd say no.
I'm sure I could truthfully say no because I don't think I would know.
Strangely quiet from this corner.
Are you familiar in the ways of the Force?
I have had some persons talk to me about it.
I sense a great power within you.
Who's Nunku? I don't even see him. Oh, there he is.
Have a very special crystal on your possession.
I got 3.
Is this out loud?
Yes, this is out loud. They're saying it in unison. There is one in particular among those three that is of interest to us and possibly to you, as it has great potential and power that can be unlocked within you.
Why are you guys talking weirdly?
Are they all talking at the same time with the same voice, like
Yes, I don't
Yep.
have
Discussed earlier.
I don't have a filter, but yeah, they're all speaking in unison, and the horned calf hounds are going rawr, 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 behind them.
Okay, so like everything they say, we should assume they're all saying it in unison.
Yes, and in a voice that's not their own. It's the same voice coming out of all of them.
Unless any of the players stop her, Aliana's just going to start moving forward in front of the group.
My character's going to sit back. He's going to get into a prone position in case he needs to provide any sniper coverage.
We cordially invite you to come with us and dine as we speak about your power.
I like food. Let's go get some free food, guys.
For a first time, I think Aliana's going to actually show her serious side.
13 in KL. I tried warn you. I did.
She's just going to flat out pull out her saber and just be like, show yourself, Darksider.
As she pulls out her lightsaber, Jedi! All the miners say and look at you, Aliana, and one of the miners looks like it's released from the trance. Help! I'm Sam Hothel. Please do as they say. They'll kill us. And as he's speaking, his hand grabs a blade and slowly goes up to his neck and punctures it. Ah! Please. What say you, Jedi?
I want to try. Can I try to shoot the knife out of his hand?
He asked for a response, so if you're gonna try and shoot, that will be a response. But you have the opportunity.
I'm gonna try to shoot the knife
yes
out of his
or
hand
no.
if he doesn't kill himself.
I mean, he is technically not killing himself. It's basically a "why are you hitting yourself" type of situation.
Hey,
Well,
do a
he's
cold
trying
shot.
to slit his throat.
Yes, well, it takes a maneuver to do. So you look like you're aiming to do a called shot, but this is a single yes or no. So you can do the aim for a called shot, but you won't get your shot off before they get respawned.
I've been sighting the whole time. That's what I'm saying. That's what my characters do. Is they
To actually do a called shot, it requires an aim maneuver, and to actually shoot, it requires an action. You've only got enough time to say yes or no, which is either an action or.
Okay, so I don't have enough time to respond then. Okay.
Yeah, you don't have enough time to actually do a called shot to shoot the thing out of his hand.
Please stop it.
That was neither a yes or a no. Ah!
Yep.
And he takes a knife and slashes his own throat and gut.
Okay, that
And
changes
he
the
collapses.
dynamic of I didn't have enough time to answer.
Okay, so which one does it? Which can you like highlight the dude that does it?
That one just died.
Oh.
Now another one. This one gets released. His eyes turn back. Her eyes turn back. Hi, I'm Liz Wheeler. Please, I've got children.
Shoot her.
I've got a father.
Stun.
Okay, so you're gonna shoot and stun her. All right.
That is as soon as I see that, I'm just kind of trying to tell everybody to stun these people out, because he's not even giving the person her a chance to respond, to try to talk. So yeah, like trying to mitigate.
He
how many
has
people he's
given
able to
you
kill.
a chance to talk.
Everyone was quiet, so and Nunku was the only
He
one who said
didn't though,
anything.
because you talked and then he slit the throat, so didn't get a chance.
Well, if you want to respond, I'll go back then. Go ahead and respond. If you
Yeah.
want to respond.
You're she'll have it in her hand, but she'll turn it off. You're despicable, but for the sake of these people, yes, we'll hear you out.
So here's what happened. you got a forced premonition of what would happen if you answered the wrong way, and you saw in your forced premonition them getting their throats slashed one by one. So that's, no one else saw that, just Aliana. So that's your forced premonition before you answered. So there we go.
Okay, you want me to just flip a light side for that, or is that just a GM gimme?
I'll do that as a GM gimme. Okay. So, but
Okay.
I'm gonna try and do stuff more like this narrative. So I'm gonna, if you guys want to respond, give me an indicator that you're gonna respond, so I can move things along.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm sure that it's wise to follow them to a second location.
No, it's not at all, but
You may proceed back towards the camp. And they all point in the direction of the camp as if they want you to take the lead.
What kind of... Oh, go ahead.
Just so we're on the same page, if they ask us to disarm, I'm not going to.
That has not come up yet, so let's move
Jeff,
along.
do I need to make a roll, or would it be knowledgeable enough to know that these people are enthralled so I can try to negotiate with this guy to say, release these people and we will come to where they're directing us?
So this seems like they're obviously enthralled, but you don't know who might be doing it. In fact, you get the sense that a stronger presence from somewhere else is actually kind of controlling them, and it's spending a lot of energy to do so, but it's not in the vicinity of where you are. If that makes sense.
What I'm trying to tell him though is, release these people. They're not part of this. Let them, basically trying to get them to regain control of their senses. So that's one less issue we have to deal with.
They will be released.
It will go quietly.
They will be released. Once you have a company for dinner, they are not of my interest. Force users are what interest me. I will release them as you approach the camp.
You see, here is my problem. And she'll start walking in that direction to get past them.
All right, so start doing it then.
Here is my problem.
So as you start releasing it, and before you even say something, Sam is released. What am I doing here?
Leave.
Yes.
No, not that way. Out of the caves and leave.
Out of the caves is that way.
Okay.
Away from the camp is out of the cave. So, thank you.
Yeah, I thought
they ran off.
There was a hidden exit, Jeff, actually back where the thing is.
Well, there isn't now. I've got control of this.
But barring any other players interfering, she's gonna go, you see, we're making our way here. Let the rest of them go, because why would I listen to what you're going to say if I know you're going to kill these people or have them attack us, forcing us to kill them anyway?
Let's sit at the table and we shall discuss things. And they will be released as you get closer.
Okay, I'll have some
What
dinner.
did Jeff say? I didn't quite hear him.
So basically, he will release them one by one as you get closer to the dinner table, or the meal table, or whatever they call it.
All right. Unless the other PCs have any issue with it, I'm good with that, but I'm going to try to walk in a manner that I can see these people being released as I'm walking, so trying to keep them inside as long as I can. Does that make sense, Jeff?
Yeah.
And before she gets out of sight, if the majority of them has not been released, she's not going to progress any further.
So
because he's
there's only
breaking
one
the
guy
agreement.
left, and that was the leader of the expedition. And he does not.
Okay, I just seen these people haven't made their way out of the cave. That's why I was wondering.
My camera zoomed in on the stream, so I'm following the group. So as far as everyone that's watching the video is concerned, they're not there anymore. But yeah, we can just move them. Okay.
Okay.
So you guys make your way to the camp.
Where's this dinner table?
It's inside.
Do one more thing real quick.
Okay, let's go inside then.
Never mind, because I ain't spinning them dark side.
So as you
My
guys
guys,
make your way over here, what's that guy's name, Pat?
Pat.
This guy. What's his name? How do you pronounce it?
It's just a default name that he gave me, and I liked it, so I said I'll keep it. I think it's
pronounce it-
Aleo or something like that. A lie.
A lie. Okay, there we go. So the calf hounds, they wait at the calf hounds wait at the foot of the stairs, and a lie no longer has green eyes, and he's like, this way. Come.
Okay.
There's a great discovery. And as you guys approach, he's like, it's some hidden temple of some sort. We came across it a couple days ago, and come with me. It's spectacular. I used to hear stories about Jedi or whatever, but I think this might have been one of their temples. Come with me. He's like totally oblivious as to what happened prior.
Okay.
Does he seem like he's no longer enthralled? Is the question.
Yeah, he just no longer has the green eyes. He looks like he's acting on his own accord.
Okay.
So you guys gonna go and see this temple he's talking about?
Sure.
Wait, did you just say temple?
Yes. He mentioned something about, I heard stories about these what, Jedi or something? I think it might be one of their temples. Here, come look. So, if you guys want to go, let me know. I'll move us to the next map. The calf hounds are waiting outside.
Do I still sense a dark force? Basically, is there a lot of dark side fuckery? Oh, sorry, dark side stuff abroad here.
So this,
Well, there goes your ass.
it seems like it's weakened. It seemed like maybe controlling that vast number of people has weakened. You feel it in the calf hounds, though. The calf hounds kind of have a residual, as if they're still...
Oh yeah, I figured whoever's doing the controlling has a little bit more power now that he's not controlling those people, but at least he's not controlling people anymore, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Okay. So, you guys ready to go to the next map?
Sure.
Where's Arrow? What's Arrow doing? I see Arrow, like, on the GM layer.
He was just jumping up on top.
All right.
Aliana's actually going to say out loud right now as we're gathering to go wherever we're going to this new map. Because she hasn't had time to train these people that are force sensitives. Be aware of whatever happens. You're going to probably be offered an easy way, but nothing has ever truly accomplished the easy way. You're likely going to be tempted, and I guess we'll sort out who's greedy from who's actually not with whatever happens down here.
Right?
You make it seem like we're gonna kill everyone to steal their stuff.
No, it's more a battle for your soul and your self-control and your own will. Just like she kind of nonchalantly says that, like partly serious, but also partly nonchalantly.
Man, some weird children's books you read when you were growing up. Let's go.
Okay, so I'm going to move to the map. You guys are going to be in the upper... Well, it's kind of the middle upper left. So I put all your guys's... I put all your characters by a stairway, so...
Sweet.
Okay, and so as you enter, the building looks very ancient, and it has some paintings that, if anyone's familiar, I think Aliana's probably the only one that would recognize it, but these look like some of the old. There's a door here, though.
Oh, this door. Okay. Can I roll a lore or anything? See if I know anything about these paintings?
Yeah, go ahead. Do you have any familiarity with things that are 4,000 years old or something?
He likes to hunt animals. No. So, what will be the difficulty?
Do 3 purple.
3? Okay.
Yes, this definitely looks like it could have been a Jedi temple, and it's probably at least 4,000 to 5,000 years old, based on some of the old architecture. You notice some of the architecture as you're getting down the stairs, the wall, some of the design, colors, stuff
So,
like that.
what is the 3 threat for?
The 3 threat. Let's see. You think it's very warmly. Oh, you don't see why Aliana is so. What's with this? Easy way out talk. You think that Aliana's might be wanting to. She might be wanting to hide something from you. Like she's wanting to keep some knowledge that can make you more powerful to herself and not share it with you. You're getting that kind of feeling from her. That's what.
Oh, did we take like a long rest before this adventure?
No, this happened after.
Okay.
So, you guys can open the door if you want.
I do have a question. Can we roll cool or discipline to regain strain after the combat?
Yes, you can go. You all can do a cool check if you want. You guys had planned.
Can we do a discipline check? Because I have stuff in discipline.
It's cool or discipline to regain strain after encounter. That's always how it is.
Sweet. Okay.
Unless you have a talent, because there's some talents that let you use survival to recover it.
So what's the difficulty for removing strain?
There is no difficulty. You just roll it at the end of the encounter.
Successes lower it.
What do you advantages do?
Nothing.
Can I get some useful information?
No, because it's a cool check. They literally do nothing.
Darn it. Okay.
So
that's the only bad thing. Now there is talents like Hard Boiled that let you spend advantages to recover strain or recover wounds with that check as well, but that's the only way.
Let's go through.
So Alian's like, hey. So if you do this, he's kind of mansplaining it as he
Actually, I'm looking at the tapestry and stuff and trying to determine if I can tell, because I don't know what your headcanon is, Jeff, but typically certain temples specialize in certain things, or you get a sense of them from the writings that like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what information I can glean about this temple since it's older based on the tapestry and stuff that I see.
Okay. Well, there's not much tapestry yet, but I'm assuming after you get out of the hallway, there might be some damaged paintings and stuff on the wall that you might be able to look at.
Oh, well, there is something that I would tell the group before we open the door to leave out of the hallway.
So, I guess you would probably know that there are all kinds of temples that are unaccounted for that have been lost to time and records between all the wars between the Sith and Jedi.
Oh yeah, and that's what I'm trying to decide is if I know about this temple or I've read about this temple at any point in time, but she was very young when Order 66 happened, so it's probably going to be difficult.
Dantooine is not... I don't know if anyone actually knows that there's... I don't think it's discovered till after... I mean, in the Galactic era, I don't think it's discovered that there's a temple on Dantooine until after.
Okay, and that's why I was asking you to... That's why I was asking you if there was any sort of role. If not, that will determine how I play it narratively in roleplay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, unless I don't know, unless you have some linkage to someone that would have knowledge of a temple that's been forgotten for thousands of years. In fact, it wasn't until
Nope, none at all.
until that mining group actually dug a hole in this mountain to mine that they've actually stumbled upon it.
Yeah, something undiscovered she'd have no clue about if it wasn't in the Jedi archives, and even if it was in the Jedi archives, it would be very limited because she was 7 when she left the temple.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so Ilian's
In that case, she will just say, "Prepare yourselves. There's no telling what's down here." And since we're in a temple, she's just gonna go ahead and pull out her lightsaber, ignite it, and be carrying it around as we're going through.
Hey, be careful. You could cut someone with that.
Okay,
That's
so
the intent.
Ilian's like, "Hey, watch this. This is really cool." And he opens the door and it's like, "Oh, by the way, there is a servant droid out here, so don't freak out. There's actually a couple of them." So he opens the door and the door will open up, and as they open up, there is a droid that is, let's see, looks like this. It has a lightsaber, and what are those droids from episode 3? What are those called? Those staffs that could block lightsabers.
Oh,
Magnetoid?
Magnetoids.
Yeah, but the weapon they use. He has one of those in one hand.
That is a saber
staff.
pike.
Yeah, no, electro staff. That's what it is. So it's
Oh yeah, electro staff.
So it's got
What is
electro
this?
staff in one hand, and it has a lightsaber attached to its leg. And
So,
as you guys enter, it's like, "Greetings. The master has been expecting you. Proceed this
it's so
way
cute.
for the and welcome. We will be serving dinner in the old hallway of the greats."
So Nanki will just be running around looking at everything with amazement. So cool!
She'll give the droid a typical, salute, but with the lightsaber. Bring it up to the forehead, giving the salute, and then just casually carrying it lit.
So what is this?
That looks like a ancient arm used to move stuff. It's probably heavily damaged. I would not mess with that if I were you. You might. You might.
I know
yourself.
someone who could fix this up really good.
And then off to the side, you see some weird-looking droids, but they do not look active, or they could be active. They just don't move at all, or even acknowledge you, or tilt a head, or anything.
Oh, these are so cool!
I'm going to speak to Ile through the comm.
Wait, have you given your comm stuff out to anyone?
What's that?
You should probably. It's kind of like Discord server. They have a channel frequency that everyone in the group's using, so you would probably need to get that.
No, but they wouldn't understand the gank comm because none unless they have a gank comm within them.
No, I'm pretty sure gank comm can communicate with non-gank comms. It just allows you to not have the speech.
No,
They don't.
It's all done telepathically.
It's all gank comms, and it's all instantaneously, and gank comms are one of those weird special
It uses
things.
your mind from what I read about it. It's an implant.
It is. It's a cybernetic, and it's instantaneous communication back and forth, so it doesn't even take up maneuvers or anything.
Yeah, and
but
I figure it would get
it
around
takes up
his
a
speech and
cybernetic slot.
His little his problems with speaking basic.
Essentially, the gank comm implant is just like the Verpine thing for Verpines.
Yeah, and the Verpine one says you can actually mechanically alter a comm so that it could be on the same frequency as the Verpine.
It actually doesn't. I know we went with that, but it actually doesn't.
Oh, well, I was going off of the Wikipedia. Okay, so so I guess you can just talk
I'll
through
speak to
your
him. I'll say, "Are you okay? What happened to y'all?"
You're down there with them.
I know, but he was acting strange earlier. I want to make sure he's okay. I mean, he's my employer, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't realize you were addressing him. Oh yes, I am great. I am starving. Let's go see what they have made for us. This temple is spectacular. Oh, I'm sure all this stuff could be worth a lot more money than these crystals we've been mining.
he speaking that to me through the comm, or is he speaking that out loud?
Hold on, Jeff.
Out loud. What?
Aliana's trying to keep pace with this guy because now that he's not enthralled, she's actually wanting to talk him up a bit, use a bit of her charm, so she'll pop the helmet off of her armor.
Oh, wow. I would have never guessed you look so beautiful under that helmet and armor.
Yeah, it seems like you've been down here before, so I was hoping you could dish on me on the things down here, like give me an idea of what this place is, things like that.
Well,
Like,
it looks like an old temple. There's some machinery around that I don't really understand or know of. It's way before my time, and but there's some beds and there's some chairs and there's a whole room. There's a shower.
yeah.
It's really cool.
More specifically, whoever you were under the thrall of, I'm assuming you also work willingly for him. So I was trying to get a little more information on that person. Like, I'm just gonna be blunt with you right now because, yeah, it's kind of important. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just call him the master because that's kind of what the droid refers to him as. So, but of course it is a droid, and droids usually refer to the person that tells him what to do as the master anyway. So I don't know if the master actually has a name, but so far.
Wait, the one that you hold on, back up real quick. The one that we're going to see is a droid, or is that the only person you've interacted with?
I've only interacted with the droid, but the droid has said it's his master. So I'm assuming if you're talking about anyone other than the droid, I'm assuming it would be his master.
Could you describe this droid for me, possibly?
The droid is right in front of us.
He's right there. He's red.
Oh, that droid. Gotcha. Okay, well, lead on, because I'm assuming we're going to encounter an organic in here, right?
I haven't. But this is a really big this is a really big temple, and I have not explored everything to say. But I did notice a cave-in that leads to some underground tunnels a little further down. So I kind of stayed in this area because this droid actually said, I may speak for myself. I am X732. I gotta write that down because I just.
I'm sure he speaks for himself, just like the other people that you were with spoke for themselves, right?
Has my character been down here before, or is this something new? Like, I've just been staying up there the whole time.
No, you know that the boss went down here with another miner. Only the boss came back.
What happened to Joe Bob?
Didn't Joe Bob go back up a long time ago?
I don't recall seeing him.
You know Joe Bob. I'm sure Joe Bob probably got lost somewhere. We'll go find him eventually. I wouldn't worry too much. He's a big boy.
I still will remind you of my protest for this place. Though you were paying me for this, I still will tell you I don't feel right about this place.
Hey, you're talking about pay. We just discovered the find of a century. Look at all this valuable junk down here. I'm sure we could make all kinds of money on the salvage.
I died from the voice. The last thing I heard was what happened to Joe Bob from Demarion.
You don't hear me. I'm talking to the game comm.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
That's why I'm talking.
Well, he's just talking to you regularly because he knows you can hear him.
Yeah.
And he doesn't seem to be one that tries to shy away. He doesn't think that there's anything secretive about what you're discussing. X736.
So long story short, yes or no, do we know that Demarion's new character knows these people so far? That's what I was trying to determine.
Klein was having a conversation with him. Oh, you may have seen him in the background when you went into the miners' colony.
Yeah, all y'all heard of her. She was giving the tour. He was the one up there by the Ilii with his weapon aimed at her.
Oh, okay. All right. So that gives her another person to try to talk to get information from. Gotcha.
Oh yes, but they make some really good. This X7 makes some really good food. I think some type of dumpling or something. I don't know, but come over. It's cool.
Does my character see anything shiny in this little pile?
Yeah, a bunch of stuff. Please, do not doiter. Your food will get cold.
Ah, food! Yay! Free food.
Yes, it is very free and very delicious from what Ilion here has said. He cannot stop complimenting it.
Okay, lead the way.
Yes, this food will give you great strength, and through that strength, you may receive power.
Okay.
As the PC group are all walking together, obviously other than Nunku, because he's way up there.
That one isn't smart. He is, right?
Yes or no. What I'm saying is I agree with you and not.
Watch him. Probably. We will have to.
Already am.
So I guess, Naku, if you're okay.
But since he's distracting the droid that's so far up, she's going to tell them, yes, that droid is a product of the Sith, and trying to recognize if anybody understands what that is.
What?
I will look at you and nod and say I understand.
So, since the group has been far enough away from you, X736 says, I do not think we have been formally introduced. I have stated before, I am X736. What may I call you?
I am Nunku.
Ah, you look very strong. You also look like you may have passion, and in that passion, you most likely gain strength.
Aw, thanks. You're so
Yes,
nice.
and you know, through strength you gain power, and through power you can gain victory, and through victory your chains are broken. The Force shall set you free.
Okay.
I want to look over these piles of stuff to look around to see maybe if I see anything that might, because this looks like a refuse pile, to see maybe if anything remaining of Joe Bob is around, it might be in here.
Okay. You don't see any organic material in there.
And just
How
Jeff,
about personal effects?
Say what?
How about personal effects, like this stuff, you know, that might not seem like, it might seem like trash to someone else, but it might be really personal to him.
No, nothing looks like it's of anyone from your time era. Everything in there looks like stuff you've never seen before. And it looks like very old versions of something familiar, but it's like completely just like another world. It's all foreign because it's like so many thousands of years old tech.
So nothing new. Okay.
Yep.
And Jeff, this is another question that's depending on your head canon, your canon. But as I'm making my way through these passageways and stuff, I'm trying to glean a sense of what did it specialize in teaching?
Okay, now you can roll some type of observation because you've probably seen some faded paint, some faded and degraded painting, stuff like that. So now you can do a maybe I'm thinking it'd still be lore, right? To kind of get.
That's fine. My question for you is, would you allow force dice in this, even though I have no ability that says I can include force dice in a lore check?
Are you wanting to tap into the force to do it?
Yes, I'm wanting to tap into the force.
Go tap into the force.
I'm wanting to tap into, like, essentially get a feel for this place,
Okay,
and getting. I have no power for it, but getting a feel for what this place was
Yes.
used
A
for.
literal
one
feel.
You may
time.
use the force.
Okay, and what difficulty do you want me to roll
It's
this
gonna
lore
be a
check at? Because
3
what I'm
3 purple.
okay,
purple.
because
I would
I'm kind of
suggest
doing
lower.
a lore. I'm kind of doing a lore with combined with force type check.
Yeah, trying to see if any force ghosts from the past are communicating with you.
Exactly, or
Yeah.
if there's any sort of latent energy type thing that gives me a clue.
Yeah, go
And
ahead.
and I guess my question is, are you going to allow me to use light side to spin for success or advantage?
Yeah, sure. And then
Okay.
also something else would happen with actual true light side points versus ones you take conflict for.
Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
You think this is a cafeteria. Actually, you become more at ease now. In fact, you're like, man, I can't believe I thought that this place might be dangerous. I'm not feeling a dark presence whatsoever.
Can I alter that slightly, seeing as how I rolled 3 dark pips to say,
Oh yeah, you're gonna
I
change
don't
some?
know. I'm saying I don't know, but something feels very dark, essentially, because of all the dark
Well,
side
I was
that I
gonna
just rolled.
have the 3 threat, which is almost as good as a despair, kind of give you the opposite impersonation, and maybe that the black pips are actually dark side force trying to cloud your vision, kind of like how Palpatine clouded.
Oh,
all the
okay. I
Jedi
mean,
from-
if that's what you,
I mean, she's already more useful than
If
any
you
of the
got a
other
light side
characters.
point, I would have actually had something more light side happens.
I know, and I'm fine with you doing that. But if you're spending dark side, I would say I would be okay with it if you flip the dark side to spend
Okay, yeah,
those
that's cool.
dark sides.
I'll do that. That's perfectly good. Yep.
Do these
Okay.
droids look active or anything?
So yeah, I'll do that and use the threat to make you feel, this place probably isn't so bad. Whatever dark presence there was, this is a Jedi temple. I'm sure they probably got some type of powerful wards in here to prevent something evil from happening to it. So you're
And I'm totally good with that, with you spending that dark side to do that. So yeah.
These are some pretty cool. These are some pretty cool droids. What do they do?
Do these droids look active, or they look shut down, or don't even know because
They are not moving. That is all you see. He says this is a Mark 1 and Mark 2 assault droid. These were here for protection.
She'll just out loud say Jedi temples usually have powerful magics protecting it, but we already know what something's going on here, but it may not be as bad as I think it is.
So feel free to have a seat.
What would I have to roll to inspect the droids to see if I can tell if they're like bad droids from the Empire or the Imperial?
They're obviously not Imperial droids. You've never seen anything like this. These droids are over 4,000 years old. In fact, they look more closer to HK-47 than they do to anything you've seen. Some of the joints look similar to HK-47's joints, so they're about the same here as him.
Okay, then
Ask,
I'm back
I'm sorry.
away from them then.
Yeah, in fact, HK-47 says, I have not seen an Mark 1 or Mark 2 droid in a long time. He said statement before that.
Do they still appear functional, HK?
Yes, and very dangerous if on the opposing side. Statement or warning. Warning, yes, and very dangerous if on the opposing side.
And I think, to be fair with the way you spit that, Jeff, she will unignite her lightsaber, but won't quite put it up yet because it is still a temple, so they're still permitted in said temple.
Yeah, no, he hasn't told anyone or relinquished weapons or anything. Feel free to have a seat, and I will go get some dumplings.
Hey, Leia, what do you know about these Jedi and these temples?
Who?
I'm asking Eli. Or Eli, whatever you call him.
As you guys are talking, this droid right here, lights flicker on, and it starts walking, and it walks right past you, as if ignoring you guys.
Hi.
There goes your question about if they're still functional.
Who were you asking, Demarion?
I was speaking to the NPC. I was asking.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Jedi Temple.
Okay, I'm sorry. You need to address it. So you said Ollie. You said, I forget what you said his name was.
Eli, I guess we'll call him.
Let's just call him by his last name. Nastic.
I think he was talking through the gank implant. At this point, we need to specify whether it's through the gank implant or not.
Okay, so what did you ask him?
So I was asking him. So I was saying, what do you know about these Jedi? My culture hasn't really experienced things about Jedi or talked about them much.
Oh, Jedi. I guess they're like legends. I guess they're like space wizards. I guess is the easiest way I could. I mean, I think these statues right here are supposed to be of them.
Space wizards.
I mean, I don't know how much I believe, but you know, they could do all kinds of magic and you know, do stuff with their minds.
Space wizards is a funny name. That's a nice name.
And I always thought my cousin was full of it. Okay. That's good to know.
I guess they're like shamans, maybe. Like they predict the future and tell you your fortune and stuff like that.
Are there any more paintings on the walls around here?
Yeah, you guys can see some, but they got like this black fuzzy moss and maybe even parasitic mold that's over 1,000 years old that you can't really. The only thing you can kind of see is kind of faded paint on the walls, and the walls are kind of like this light blue with a pink stripe that looked like it might have gone down all the way across, like a horizontally over the blue walls. In fact, some even look almost like medical symbols. Maybe. Kind of similar to what a medical symbol now looks like, but it looks just a little different, but it kind of gives you that impression. This looks kind of like, almost like I guess kind of has a feel of a hospital. It's still very sterile smelling in this room.
Wait. It's sterile?
Sterile smelling. You know, like extra ozone in the oxygen. O3.
Would my characters think that that's a bad thing? Like a very, very bad thing?
Do you have a fear of needles? If you have a fear of needles, then probably he would think it's a bad thing.
Okay.
But if he doesn't care about, you know, hospital, if he doesn't have an unnatural fear of hospitals, I don't think he would mind.
Okay.
In fact, he'd probably be comforted knowing that there's probably not any living mold in this area to make you guys sick.
Hey guys, did you know this is a hospital? It's really cool looking. Wow. So cool.
Welcome. I have brought the food.
Huh?
And this Mark II droid has a tray placed upon, I guess its body / head area, with some steaming hot bowls with like a soup and dumplings inside, with some chopsticks. This is what was a favorite dish among the residents on the replicator. And so you guys can grab a bowl if you want. Nasik goes, "Oh yes, thank you. This is so much better than the rations we had." And he takes one of the bowls, and it has one of those little spoons too, those ceramic spoons. It looks really old, but it's very clean. It has some paint that's kind of faded from it. Okay, cool. All right, so he does that. He starts eating some of the dumplings and slurping some of the soup with the spoon. This is so delicious. Does anyone else want any food?
I'm kind of suspicious of Nastic right about now. I know he's paying me, but I'm not stupid, especially with Jim Bob being gone.
I'm definitely not eating.
I'm very conflicted to whether or not my
Nunku,
character.
you're hungry. You don't see why all these people are being all scary. And
I am.
Yeah.
Nunku's like a kid in a candy store. He's like he's at Disney.
I
like
mean-
he's like at that giant. What's that place?
in fact,
Disneyland.
you're actually more drawn
Don't
to
tell
that.
me that.
So you're actually more drawn to that first crystal you got versus the other. In fact, you're like, you know what? I could actually do without the cat dragon or the other crystal. This one that he said that voice said was powerful. I kind of agree. And you know what? Aliana is kind of acting kind of strange. I think she does.
Why are you saying all of that stuff?
No,
when
you're thinking
not
this is
even
what's going
committing
on
it?
in your mind. This is what's kind of clouding around in your mind subconsciously. And you're thinking, you know what? That kind of makes sense what the droid said. Aliana's the one that said that crystal's bad. Well, it makes her the expert. Why was she so offended when I grabbed that crystal and she started talking with the other people in the group? You're starting to
make him.
your mind's starting to see that maybe they're against you and they're afraid of your power. That's
Have him do a discipline before he does all that, because that's a lot for him to take in.
No, but this
that's a lot to take in.
So I've been planting seeds earlier. So I've just been reminding you of seeds that were planted earlier from Pat's game into this game. So those feelings are kind of coming to the surface as you're in this building, and you're seeing how the people are acting. I mean, obviously the food's not poisoned because that guy would have died. So this is just kind of things that's kind of going through your mind. And
This building has bad vibes in it.
But you just said it was like a hospital. So. Okay.
Well, ever since I went into this building that people were against me, all of this stuff is clouding around my head.
Yeah, no, you're just being reminded of how
those are your words.
Have acted
those
towards
are
you.
your words.
Yeah, you're being reminded of how your teammates have acted towards you.
Clarification.
With that crystal. Yeah.
What species is Nunku?
Nagari?
Yeah, they're assassins. They have deadly poisons. They kill for a living.
It's okay. She's been leery of Nunku, and she's not the only one that said, "Hey, we need to watch that guy." She's going to approach Nunku.
Hey, pardon me. Do any of you object to me getting some blood samples from you?
Wholeheartedly, yes.
Why would you want to do that?
Yes. If it needs to be said, I also object. I didn't even know it needed to be said, but
I don't think I'm going to contribute blood because I have no idea what it's for.
That is understandable. You have a lot of mistrust feelings, and you.
And it's not for
fears.
mistrust. I just don't know what it's for.
So here's my question: does Nunku object to me doing an opposed check since he's a player on him?
No, I do not object.
She hasn't done this for a while, but she's going to approach Nunku and she's going to be like, "Look, babe, follow me and I won't lead you astray, and I'm trying to do a charm check on him."
Follow you where? Okay, where do we go?
In life in general.
Oh.
Trying to do charm to get him on her side to listen to her a little better.
So that would be a discipline check?
I think charm specifically goes against cool, right?
So the droid says to you guys, it's in my OneNote. I'm just trying to focus on the story, so you guys can look that up on the. It has the opposing charts, but the droid says, you know, it's blatantly clear that one of you is familiar in the Force, and even has a lightsaber. One of my sole purposes is a training droid. Is there any of you who are also attuned to the Force that have a crystal who would like to learn how to build a lightsaber? That is one of my core programming, or that was one of my core objectives back in the day. I used to train young Force users on how to harness the power of their crystals and forge a mighty powerful lightsaber.
Is this the obvious Sith droid that's talking out of character? I'm asking you that, Jeff.
It's not an obvious Sith droid. Its lightsaber's not ignited. It's just a red and black old droid that looks like it has a lot of similar parts as HK-47. It's not lying either. You do not get the feeling that it's lying. It is being...
She's going to look right at it and be like, no. I have that knowledge, and that's not for you to teach.
Aliana, it's a 1 purple check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Purple. Come on. Let's see how many charms you get.
But you do not know my core programming. My core programming is to assist others in the Force. So
I don't know why those Force dice were in there, but ignore them.
What she passed, that was so unforeseeable.
So I do have some parts. They do look like they are older than what your guys' current equipment is, but I assure you, they do
so out of character, Jeff, here is my question to you. Does this look like a typical Jedi Temple droid or not?
Do you have any way of knowing what a 4,000 to 6,000 year old Jedi Temple droid would look like?
No, but I do know what typical Jedi Temple trainer droids look like because I spent time in the temple.
It looks like a trainer. It looks like it could very well be a trainer droid. It looks like it has combat, and it also is talking about knowledge of the Force, which is something that a trainer droid would have knowledge in.
So in that question, since essentially the Jedi are a defunct dead society, correct? I'm asking you as a GM to clarify.
Well, in the galaxy, yes, but no one's actually talked to this droid yet to understand its perspective or even inquire what it thinks or even how old, if it's even aware of how many years have passed since it's actually seen any. No one's ever asked any questions yet. So would you say I know, or I need to make a check to realize that droids are immune to mind-altering Force powers?
I think you just know.
If you were actually trained with Jedis, you would know that only living organic material is actually affected by the Force, especially when it comes to mind stuff. Because you know some creatures are immune, droids are definitely immune. I mean, that's one of the oldest things in the book. That's
okay.
That's why Hutts typically use them as translator droids, so they cannot be influenced.
That's why I was asking, because that'll change how she reacts. She'll after talking with Nunku a bit, she's going to approach the droid.
Hello, greetings.
You realize whoever you're working for now is a dark entity, correct?
Who am I working for? I am working for the Force. I am here to train others in using the Force and to attuning themselves to the Force. That is my primary function. Next to
why do you talk so slowly?
Force users. That is how I was.
I understand that is your primary objective. You are not organic, so you are not susceptible to the Force on a mental level.
That is true, but I do have lots of knowledge in the lore of the Force and the stories and other things passed down by oral tradition over the centuries. That has been very useful in teaching Force users.
So that also means you cannot tell if you have a new master and leader of this temple if he is of the dark or the light, correct?
I can tell if they have been entered into the archives.
Yes, but that doesn't that has no bearing on if someone entered in the archives has fell to the dark, right?
If no Jedi have updated their records, there is no way for me to know that information. That is correct.
I am a Jedi, and I am telling you the person that is controlling this temple is of the dark. They have fell. They are a dark Jedi.
That does not seem very logical.
I know, right?
Are you familiar with Exar Kun?
That's a question I have to ask you,
Master
Jeff.
Exar Kun.
That's a question I have to ask you, Jeff.
That sounds like it would be a
yes?
That would be an impossible roll. So you would have to use a destiny point and roll 5 purple lore. You cannot use any destiny points to change dice in the roll.
You can ask Nunku to help with you. He's like really good with this force stuff, apparently.
Does he have more than 2 ranks in lore?
No.
So I don't think he can help me unless he has more than 2 intelligence.
Let me know if you want to make the roll before you make the roll, because I do want to spend some dark side points.
Yes, I do want to make the roll.
Right. It will be a red and 4 purple, and you have to spend a light side point because it's impossible, and you cannot use any.
Yep, okay. I know.
Could Nunku help, like, by giving her a blue? Or something?
You would have to describe narratively how you're going to help. This is something that Aliana may or may not have come across during her years in the galaxy.
Okay.
This is jogging her memory, basically, in case there might have been someone that mentioned him somewhere at some point in time.
Come on, Aliana, you can do it!
Now, of course, if you add a boost, it might actually have been something you heard from Hondo, and we all know how accurate his information is.
It's very accurate.
Those crate dragons get huge.
How dare you ever think that Hondo?
Okay, I guess I'm just going to roll it because since I had to spend a destiny to do it, I can't even spend a destiny point to upgrade.
Yeah. That's the downside about impossible rolls.
I think you fail.
So
at least you didn't get.
You do got a good use a nugget. So if you want to research it in future stories, Master Exar Kun is the one that this droid refers to as one of the masters of the temple.
With that failure, I don't know that he ended up falling, and I don't know what time point we're in because he ends up coming back to the light, but I don't know what time point we're in narratively.
Actually, he's killed by Luke Skywalker because he's evil, and he's actually been able, like, this is out of game knowledge, but
and that's why I was asking your headcanon, because depending on what you're using, he went dark side, then he came back to the light and redeemed himself, and then he did a bunch of stuff during that.
I'm going off of where he killed millions of people to be able to leave the confines of his body to exist without a body and be able to use.
Okay, that's
and
fine.
Then
But
Skywalker eventually kills him 11 years after the battle.
What she doesn't know, but ultimately what she will say is, I've heard of Master Exar Kun, but I also have a sense of what I feel here, and I'm sure your previous masters understood and went with that feeling, and you followed their orders, correct?
I have not been given any new orders
for a long time, I'm assuming.
562 years, 30 or 12 or 11 months, 3 days, 13 hours, 15 minutes, 3, 4, 5 seconds.
So what are your primary directives for Padawans and younglings?
Young Force users shall be trained in the different aspects of the Force, including combat, lightsaber assembly, and other useful information that a droid and its limited capabilities can provide.
And what are your orders if young Force users were to be attacked in a temple?
We have security measures in place and droids to assist.
Can you activate said security measures? Because I'm just going to tell you that may happen with us. And other than myself, we're all young Force users. I know we aren't younglings, but
All droids
things
are,
have changed in the galaxy.
all droids are in tune with the temple and its systems. If any systems come under attack, they will automatically respond to neutralize the threat.
I'm not asking about systems. I'm asking about specifically practitioners in the temple if they come under attack. And how do you
Our
mitigate it
droids-
if it is a master attacking a Padawan or a youngling?
These are very specific hypothetical questions. Let me deter to my programming. If a guest of the temple is attacked by another guest, then both parties shall be rendered unconscious until a decision can be made by a superior. Seeing how no superiors appear to be around or alive, that would fall to my discretion.
Okay. So let's proceed to the dinner, I suppose. Where is this master that's supposed to be here?
Master, I am not aware of a master that's supposed to be here.
So my guy's gonna talk to Nasty to the comm. Nasty, what is here? What are we here for? What were you supposed to be gathering stuff up top? What are we doing down here?
Oh, have you not seen this? Why are you even thinking about crystals when there's all of this cool? This is really cool. The droid said, guests of the temple are allowed unrestricted access around the temple. Look at all this crap I've grabbed so far, and he opens up his coat, and there's all kinds of weird little trinkets and tools he's picked up. This is like a treasure trove. We can make so much more money on this. Who cares about the crystals? I can just retire, and Yeah.
Well, if I'm hired for a job, I aim to complete that job.
Oh, you'll get paid. I'll pay you the same rate. I'm just saying. Who cares about the crystals? Look at this freaking ancient temple. And no one knows about it. It is great. And they've got droids that are our servants and they feed us. And it's... wow.
Yeah.
Oh, they also got showers and they work. And the droid says, he is correct. As long as you are all guests of the temples, you are free to move around and even stay. We do have a sleeping chamber. Anyone can ask the droid questions.
I feel better up top.
I'm trying not to feed anything, so feel free to ask questions of any of the NPCs.
That's what he's telling. I feel more secure up top. This seems to be too enclosed, too easy to be ambushed, if anything.
Well, you don't have to worry about them craft spiders down here.
We had that taken care of upstairs from what's her face until she took off.
Yeah. So what do you want to do, David? The droid starts to move off, and it looks at you, and it continues walking this direction.
Oh, Aliana's still talking to the droid. I just wanted to, go ahead with the other players, but I just wanted to preface that.
It looked like David might want to do something, so. let's go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead because I've been in the spotlight too long, but she's still talking to it and engaged talking with it.
Well, the droid might want to see if anyone else wants to do anything.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying don't have it just run off because she's still talking to it, but if other players want to, I've held the spotlight for a while, so go ahead.
Okay. The droid approaches Nunku and says, "Is there any type of training I might assist you in?"
Helping me build the lightsaber, that'd be nice.
Yes, I can do that, and we even have parts.
Ah, so
I
cool.
I can assist you in making a very powerful weapon. A powerful weapon in which you can gain victory from.
Okay.
All right. Anyone else want to do anything with the droid? After you guys are done talking, he will assist Nunku in building his first lightsaber.
Kind of, yeah, but I'm giving the other players a chance to do stuff first.
13, and now, Kay, do you want to look round?
So if anyone has mechanics or computer skills, you might be able to try and access some of the systems, even though they're a lot older and they're probably written in different languages.
I think Pata here is the only one who's good with computers besides me.
So there's a droid that you can ask questions about that's been around that actually speaks about the facility. If you're interested in the facility, there's computer systems you can try and slice into to get some information.
Do you mind if I take a look at this console over here? I ask. So I kind of move this way with, and I nod to.
You are a guest of the temple. You may.
And I nod HK over if he follows.
Statement. I await your orders, Master.
Would you be willing to help me access this terminal? This looks like a terminal. Is it a terminal? Yeah. I should ask before.
Yep.
And so I have permission because I know they said something about if any of the systems are compromised, the droids are going to react. So I don't want to trigger that.
So he says, "Statement, Master. It is a little boring here, as there are no meat bags for me to eliminate. But I will." Then he switches appeasement. I strive to make the Master happy. I shall accommodate your request. So,
yes, I'm a little suspicious about this place. Let's take a look at and see if there's any information we can recover. I think he's better than me at computers. That's why I kind of waved him over.
I think it's like free yellows.
So, depends on what type of information you want. If you just want the basic information, or if you want to try and get some stuff that might be encrypted and under higher levels of authentication.
Well, specifically, it seemed like this was there was some hints that this might be a medical facility. So I want to see if I can access any medical data about what might have gone on here.
Okay, 3 purple then. 3 purple computer.
All right. So I'm going to give a skilled assist to him, and so that he can use my intelligence.
Does anyone object to X736 showing Nunku how to assemble a lightsaber, or anyone else interested in assembling a lightsaber?
Is that the droid we've been traveling with that belongs here?
Yes.
HK47 is the one that's doing the computer check. X736 is the...
No. I'm talking about with the Nunku thing. I have one more thing to interject to try with this droid, is why I was asking.
Okay. You were able to... Okay, so he takes 2 strain, or whoever's doing the computer check takes 2 strain, and you're able to figure out that this was a very early cloning facility. A Jedi temple that actually had a very small experimentation with cloning, or trials with cloning. It has a few cloning pods that the station used to use when it was active, and had
Would I know where those are based on that information?
Yeah, they're in the upper, just straight north and to the right before you get to the kitchen area.
All right. I am going to attempt to relay that information quietly to Aliana.
What was the information?
This used to be a cloning facility, a early Jedi cloning facility that did some experimentation with clones.
Ah, gotcha. But I do have one thing before the droid starts teaching Nunku how to make a lightsaber.
All right. What do you want to do?
I'm trying to force it into the command.exe mode by going query.
So me and Eli are walking around the facility, scoping it out. So if anything going on, just let us know.
So do you know any? Well, you would actually have to access it to see its programming or whatnot with some type of.
No, I'm not trying to see its programming. I'm trying to ask it a question that forces it to actually think.
Okay, I guess do it then.
Specifically, she's going to look to the droid and go, query, who is the living master of this temple as of right now?
I have a query to respond to that. Living, as in not dead, as in...
As in alive in the flesh.
Ah, there is no current living master that is alive in the flesh of the temple.
She passes her credentials from when she was a Padawan at the Jedi prior to Order 66. That sounds like I am the master of this temple since there are no other living masters here, correct?
You do have the highest rank, master. You do have the highest rank that I can see of living masters. Master.
She just pulled rank on that dude.
Yeah, that's what I was trying.
What is me and Klein looking at when we're walking around?
You can skip to the others. I just wanted to put that little narrative thing in there before it started teaching Nunku about lightsabers.
All right. Well, let me go with Nunku. Come, and you. What is your name? I failed to ask earlier. I apologize. He's speaking to you, Nunku.
Can the robot say that again? Because I couldn't really hear that again.
I did not get your name earlier. I apologize for that. What shall I call you?
I am Nunku.
Ah, I am X736. Follow me.
Okay.
Aliana will go with them, but I'm not going to do any role playing because I've been taking too much spotlight. I'm just trying to get her recognized as the one in charge of this temple, so if something happens, essentially.
So as you guys are walking by, you see a breach in the temple that goes to like a dirted tunnel area.
What happened here?
The temple had been damaged.
By what?
This happened long ago. My memories are not fully complete about that. I have insufficient data. And then he opens the door. And he's like, here are all the parts you need. And let me tell you how to create a lightsaber. Do you have a crystal that you would like to use?
I got... Well, one of them here is covered in carbonite, but I have two good ones that are free to use.
Well, one of the crystals that you really kind of like is that first crystal you got in this cave.
Why do I really like it?
It's like it's calling to you, like this crystal is probably more powerful than the other two crystals and will probably do more damage and get you a lot more
Okay.
This is the part where I would like to interject with Aliana.
Yeah, this is like it's like ever since you've been here, you've been looking more to that crystal. Like it's just like growing on you. Like you started liking.
Yes,
more.
let Aliana interject. So you are looking
Wait,
at the crystals.
isn't there like a
and you're
isn't
about
there
to,
like a discipline check so that I don't get corrupted?
Yeah, you
or
got your one
controlled?
purple. So basically you're looking at these 3 crystals, and you're moving your finger along one, and you're about to pick up the crystal that Aliana claimed is a corrupted, no good crystal you should get rid of. And as you're about to grab it, that's when Aliana's about to interject.
She's going to say, perhaps that you should use the one that you acquired through your own means, and she points to the Great Dragon crystal.
Ah, that makes sense. That makes good sense.
Things are always better when you accomplish it on your own, right?
Yes. And since I had to have help getting the other 2, guess I shouldn't use those. So, is there any way to get the carbonite off of this crystal?
That is an
to get the
excellent
what?
choice. Calcium deposits. Yes.
What did Nunku say? To get the what off what?
The calcium deposits.
She'll say, no, you want to leave that on it. That's what makes that crystal special.
Oh.
So, here's what we need to do. You must first attune your crystal. So,
Okay.
you must
Let me show you.
sit down.
She'll pull out the one that Eliana will assist him. She's going to be like, let me show you. She'll pull out the one that she got that attuned to her in the caves earlier, and sort of walk him through how to do it, attuning to that herself, her crystal.
You can watch her, but I am actually trained in this, and I am very good at my job, as I have trained
Oh,
6.
I'm sure you're both really good at this.
I have trained about 67 previous Force users on how to obtain their first crystal.
That's
But
cool.
if you want to listen to
Droid?
Aliana,
She's just going to go, droid? Droid?
X736 at your command.
Are you not here to assist the master of this temple?
I am here to assist all of this temple, especially young.
And you
Force
follow
users.
orders from who, overall?
The master.
Which is who?
You are acting master.
You will assist him. I will guide him in this.
Okay.
Basically, what I'm saying, Jeff, is the droid's going to give a skilled assist, but I'm going to help him narratively.
Well, for him to narratively give him a skilled assist, he has to narratively interject.
Oh yeah, I got you. But I'm trying to get the droid to not decide what crystal he's using, since I've kind
he's
of
not.
already done that.
He was gonna help him clear his thoughts and attune the crystal through his passion.
Gotcha. I just wanted
through
to
his
double check
strength,
with you as the
through his
GM.
power, through his victory, and through the Force setting him free.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify that with you as a GM. Because
I'm not getting
if that's the case, for my action, I'm actually not going to be building anything right now. I'm going to be using battle meditation on him.
Okay, so you have the parts you need to build your first lightsaber crystal. But before you do that, the droid has to suggest you attune your crystal. So he says, sit like me. And he sits down and crosses his legs, what do you call it? Meditation style.
Not who does that.
You must clear your thoughts and focus on your crystal. Are you focusing on your crystal?
I am.
You must focus on the power of your crystal. Are you focusing on the power of your crystal?
Yes.
Through this crystal, you know that peace is a lie, that there is only passion. Yes?
Now.
You must realize that peace is a lie, and there is only passion.
I think
Is the droid saying this out loud? Just clarification.
Yes, the droid is saying this out loud.
I ignite my lightsaber and stab the droid.
All right, so combat it is.
Yeah, it is. It most definitely is combat.
You could have just ordered the droid to stop talking.
I could, but obviously this droid is defective.
Then there are people here that are able to fix that, dude. But okay.
I'm just saying, hey, that's the. It might activate the other droids, but
It
hey,
probably will.
it
So-
probably will. But I've already been put into the system as the master of this temple, and this droid is defective.
You did realize he called you the acting, living master.
Yeah, the acting.
I was active, living master. I made sure to emphasize that. All right, so I'll
I know.
clear off the.
Oh.
Okay, turn orders is cleared. So go ahead and do your action. So
Vigilance.
it's an upgrade.
My attack or rolling initiative? Which one do you want me to do?
Well, you get your free one, so go ahead and roll that. So it's upgraded twice. It's 1 melee defense.
She was like, "Oh, this is bad." Stab. I just love how there was no hesitation in it at all.
Oh, there's not at all from her. She's a sentinel.
She already sensed it anyway, so she's well within her rights.
So did you? Okay, so you didn't roll the attack yet, right?
No, I'm trying to make sure. It's been a while since I've did combat with Eliana, so I'm looking over my stuff.
All right. Well, at first you just said you stabbed her, so you would just do a straight up stab her.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I'm just trying to figure out for my dice pool.
So I'm guessing this is a surprise to us, so I'm going to roll vigilance.
No,
Yeah.
you would act with the PC since the PC planned it. You guys can all roll cool.
They didn't really plan it. They just
But
acted
You're
on
nowhere
it.
near there, and I don't see any droids in your vicinity. So
Oh no, I moved over there when they moved out of the room.
Yeah,
okay.
he was just following us. Creeper.
Yeah, me and Klein are hanging out up top, looking around.
I didn't feel comfortable staying in that room alone with those battle droids.
I'm guessing you're going to do an overcharge.
And Aliana seemed like the
Yeah,
most capable.
whatever is required to kill this droid, I can do up to 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 damage for each one.
Okay. All right. You did 14 because it has Ahsoka 12. Your breach negates 10.
Okay.
All right. So,
So how much did I have to do to kill it? Because I'm trying to figure out how much advantages I have left over.
it has 21 wounds.
So 3 left over, is that right?
It has 14. It's taken 14 wounds because it has Ahsoka 12. You negate 10 with your breach. So it had 2. It still gets Ahsoka 2 damage.
What I'm asking you is, without it, including the 2 over breach it has, how much damage do I have to do to kill it?
Okay.
Well, you need to
so
do
21
7 more damage.
You did 14 damage out of 21.
Okay, because I can do a maximum of 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 breach 1. Does that kill it?
No.
No, it doesn't because it's got 21 wounds. Are you doing it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you saying it does
Gotcha,
additional
so-
17 damage on top of the 17 you already did?
No, it does 17 total with
Oh,
breach
no,
1.
it has 21 wounds. So,
Okay, gotcha. So I do 17 breach 1.
yeah. So, 17 minus 16, 15. So it takes 15 wounds.
Just 6 more.
All right. Descending.
Are we able to use our triumphs from initiative?
I think you get a free maneuver with it.
Yeah, that works.
It's like rolling a nat 20 for
All right,
initiative on
so
your
what do you
league.
want to do, Pata? Or whoever. I guess Pata's in the room, so.
I am
Oops.
perfect. Oh, Aliana just rolled her.
Delete mine. I'll just re-roll it because I had stupid stuff in there.
Which one was yours?
6. Oh, already.
I don't see it. I don't think you did. You roll
I
in
took care of
combat?
it.
Okay.
Just preoccupied.
Did he delete it already so I can re-roll?
Yeah, he said he did.
Yeah.
I just need to adjust Pattis.
Okay. I'm perfectly okay with Aliana just finishing this thing off.
Yeah, I mean, if I got the highest, I'd like to try to take that to just finish this droid off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Pata's going to just use his free maneuver. Do I use that during my turn?
Yeah, during your turn.
Okay. If not, he was just going to move away from the droid. He's not going to actively engage, probably. So yeah, if you want to take the first slot, go ahead.
And you said 1 setback and 2 upgrades, correct, Jeff?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna finish off this droid.
Yeah, get it. Oh, yeah, he dead. So you just. Oh.
I'll do 14 breach 1 and save those bottom row of advantages to pass on to other people.
You just needed 6.
That's fine. I don't care. I like to overkill.
All right. So you slash it, and it, as you do all that damage to it, it says, "Peace is a lie. There is only passion. Through passion, I gain strength. Through strength, I gain power. Through power, I gain victory. Through victory, my chains are broken. The force shall set me free." And then its eyes click off and it's deactivated.
That looks like that gives me 5 advantages left over. Can I spend those 5 advantages narratively to, like, Nunku was in process of making his saber when I did that, so he can finish making the hilt before other stuff goes down?
Well, he didn't.
I
got interrupted when you were about to attune him. He was about to.
Yeah, I wasn't.
So his
I'm not
lightsaber,
attuned.
his crystal.
Okay,
doesn't do anything yet.
Okay.
He has to activate it.
Okay, so in that case, I know Nunku has a low discipline. I want to give him 3 boosts to attune to his crystal then.
I thought he attuned to one already in my game.
Yeah, one of them.
Probably, but not the one she would, not the 2 of the 3 that she would prefer him to attune to. So I'm basically going to pass 2 boosts specifically for him to attune to the Crate Dragon Pearl.
I thought you said,
if I can do that.
3 boosts.
He didn't get.
It's 3 if you go next, because it's 2 specifically to you and 1 to the next player.
Okay, yeah, sure. I'll go next to attune to it. What's the difficulty?
Is there even a difficulty for attuning a crystal, or do you just spend time?
Like I said, he already attuned to the one in my game. I just didn't tell him what kind of crystal he has.
Oh, okay.
It was something that was called to him. It was a good one.
I guess you got to spend a few minutes doing it, but combat happens a lot faster than
Well, either way, narratively, I'm trying to get him to not use that one that he had to force out, which was essentially a dark side crystal. And I made a charm check earlier, so it's like I'm trying to get him to not even consider that crystal as being viable, if I can use those advantages for that. But that's a player decision. That's on Nunku.
Well, you're kind of controlling my character because of the charm type of thing.
Yeah, but I can only control it as much as you as the player allows me to. That's why I'm asking.
Okay.
So right now, Nunky, you're probably a little conflicted because you saw nothing wrong with it. You saw that you could get very powerful. So eventually, like I said, for my game, you can take on HK, and bring him down because he's evil. and you're
Yeah.
marked.
And
And
also, the droid didn't actually say anything that you thought was bad, and Aliana destroyed it before he was going to show you how to make a really powerful lightsaber.
So it's up to you to decide who's trying to manipulate you.
Who am I to argue with Aliana?
You got the lightsaber.
Yeah, and that's what I'm very much more when it comes to doing checks on players. The player, you have all the narrative in the world to do what you want to. I'm just trying to influence you.
Okay. So it takes a few minutes to attune? Well, okay.
Yep.
Okay, so I guess we're not going to be doing that then.
So it's really up to you. What I'm saying is it's up to you as the player if you want to go for that corrupted one you had or what.
Oh,
But I'm as a player
love
trying
it.
to.
Yeah, I'm totally going to do the Crate Dragon one, but once we get the spare time, because combat's happening.
So, okay. So, are you gonna start doing your tuning? You're gonna spend your rounds doing that. Is that gonna take up one of your PC slots?
Yeah. So it's going to be how many purple? One.
Well, I don't think you roll anything, right? I never saw anything for rules for rolling to tune a weapon.
There really isn't. I'm
you
just
just spend
trying
time
to
doing
give
it.
him an
Yeah.
advantage if he goes with the Crate Dragon Pearl versus the corrupted one.
All right.
Is what I'm
So
getting
when
at.
he's crafting it, and I think the fastest you can craft an item if you get a lot of successes is 1 hour. So you have at least 1 hour. I don't have the lightsaber chart in front of me, but it's not something you do right away.
It is. The minimum is 1 hour for crafting anything. I'm just
Okay,
like I said.
So I spend
so
my.
you can have an advantage to craft the lightsaber hilt for the crystal. We'll just say you spend a few minutes doing that.
How about this? Because 5 advantages spent seems a lot for an advantage. How about the whole push and pull between the droid and me? I'm trying to get Nunku to realize I'm not trying to manipulate him. I'm trying to show him the proper path.
5 advantages is more than 3 threat.
So hold on.
Basically trying to get him to err on the side of listening to me versus these droids is what I'm saying. Is that acceptable between Nunku the player and Jeff the GM?
Yeah.
For now, your words seem very good, but depending on other threat that he gets while he's in the temple, your words might not have as much sway, depending on how much threat he generates throughout his time being in the temple.
That works for me because we've already decided we need to kind of watch Nunku, and that's what I'm trying to do. That's why I followed him.
So for now, he's like, okay, I'll go do this. Who am I to question the person with a lightsaber killing the droid? All right, another PC slot.
I'll just spend my turn attuning to the thing.
Okay, we got one more PC slot.
Okay, so Pada/HK. What do you guys do? Pada.
And sorry if this is boring to anybody.
Sorry, I'm muted. Am I controlling HK or are you?
You are.
So I'll have these phantom shadow creatures just appear in the room, and the doors shut and lock.
Oh, wait. Does that happen before my turn ends?
Yeah.
Oh, well
because
then. If
you
that's
know why?
true,
Yeah. I'll have that happen. Because I'm using a dark side.
Oh, well, does that happen after my turn or does that happen before my turn?
I'll let it happen before your turn if you want.
If it's before my turn, then I won't spend time attuning. I'll be like, well, do these things look hostile?
They look like shadow creatures, and they have like a really sharp-looking Sith-type arm. They're kind of translucent.
Do they look hostile?
They don't look like a Force ghost, that's for sure. Yeah, they kind of look like they could be hostile.
State your purpose, or else you'll be blasted.
They say nothing.
No, I'm gonna spend my. I'm gonna spend a maneuver getting out my. My energy rifle.
Is Klein hearing any of this in the comms at all?
No, because when the door's shut, no one's tried using their comms, but
And
Okay, so they're not leaving them on actively. It's so there's no.
yeah. So whenever it goes to your guys' turns, you guys can tell me what you want to do, but no robots or anything's attacking you guys. Only one being.
So we have no idea what's going on. Then okay, that's all I want to make sure.
Yeah, you guys have no idea what's going on.
I
those
think
those are blast doors that shut behind them.
Can I incidental do something? Because
Yes.
talking is incidental.
I think
Yeah.
you can.
What's up?
Aliana was going to say, I just had to execute the droid. Be ready for other droids to possibly go into attack mode.
So the only ones that heard that were Aliana. Well, no, you said it, but Nunku, Pata, and HK-47. So those are the only people that heard that.
Okay. And I will spend an incidental getting out one of my arm blades. Okay, so that will be my turn.
Yep.
Okay, so now it's Pata / HK or anyone else's turn.
Yeah, I would suggest maybe just having Pata go move, and then we can move and see what the other people want to do.
All right. I guess I'm holding a force point to keep my defenses up. Does that mean that I'm dedicating it to sense? Does that mean that I'm picking up anything about the danger in my environment narratively?
You see Nunku point over behind you, and you see blue things pop out. So, yeah, you see them.
They feel dark to you, like of the dark side of the Force.
All right. Yeah. I'm gonna. So am I controlling HK or are you? I don't think that was established.
You can.
All right. So I'm going to have HK. I'm going to say HK. Those things are hostile. Fire at will, and he's going to try and light him up.
Will.
He's going to what?
And he's going to try and light him up with his flamethrower.
Okay. You will have to roll your willpower
On this one.
instead of the normal stat for any of your weapons against these things.
All right.
Make sure you ask which one's will.
Because they have creatures of illusion abilities. Combat checks targeting the morbid Sith phantoms always use willpower in place of characteristics normally associated with that skill. The pierce and breach qualities do not reduce the Sith phantasm soak.
All right. Let me see if I can find his will. So I guess willpower is 3, looks like. So he would use that instead of a 4, 5. I guess. And where's his flamethrower roll?
Why is he using willpower?
Because they're creatures of illusion. It's their ability.
Mm.
Any attack against them uses willpower instead of the normal characteristics associated with the skill. So use willpower and the skill ranks versus the normal characteristics. And breach and sunder have no effect on their soak.
Thank God it's not presence.
Would it be easier to just create a custom roll for him on this?
Yeah, I mean, what's his willpower and what's his range light?
I think it would be 3 yellow, 1 green, because his will is 3, so it would upgrade it once.
Yeah.
Or 4 yellow, 1 green. He's normally 4 yellow, but his main stat drops.
3 yellow, 2 green. And they also have a range defense, so you add a setback in there.
All right. And that's close range, so it's 1 purple unless they're adversaries?
Yeah, which one? Are you targeting the one in the middle?
Yeah, so I can get them all if it blasts.
Okay.
Do I have to declare blast beforehand, or I just roll it normal?
You roll it normal. You can blast if you
All
miss,
right.
but it costs 3 instead of 2 advantages.
And let's see if he gets anything else special. Does point blank... I don't think it adds damage, right? Not accuracy.
It adds damage to your first hit.
All right, so yeah, he's gonna shoot with his flamethrower, and I think I have the dice pool set up correctly.
Of note, it doesn't add damage to blast or burn or a second attack from auto fire. It's your first hit for the action.
He can't blast anyway. I don't think he has enough.
Oh no, I was just saying.
So what's the flamethrower? Is it 6 damage plus your successes? Is it 6? Is that the base or what's the base?
Yeah, 6 plus 6. So it's let's see. Man, why does this thing keep disappearing on me? I need to increase
11,
the size of this character sheet. So
damage.
Flamethrower. So I can't activate blast or burn. I don't think. Damage is 6 plus however many successes, so 11 damage plus 2 for point blank.
Okay. So you shoot flame on it, and it disappears.
All right, and he's going to, I guess, use his free maneuver to put himself between me and them, and use another. I guess he should have aimed. He'll use, I guess, his other maneuver to aim for next round.
So is he taking 2 strain then? Because he shot.
No, he does.
He had a triumph on initiative.
Oh, okay. So he got a free. Okay, so he got a free move. Okay, cool. So 2 moves in an action. All right. All right.
And that's it for him.
Okay, so let's see. You moved, then you attacked, then he attacked, then is Pata do anything? Did you roll for HK47 and yourself, or did you just roll for yourself?
He rolled for both.
Okay, so
yeah.
So are you doing anything, Pata?
Oh, is there an NPC slot, or are we going on the same turn?
There's 4. So I think only 3 PCs have gone.
Only 3 have
Aliana,
gone.
Nunku, and HK. So there's.
Oh, okay. I thought it was on an NPC slot right now, so I wasn't going. Yeah. So
I fast forward too soon. I put it back.
So Pata's going to move back with his free maneuver, and then I guess use his normal maneuver to pull out his blaster, and he's going to try and shoot the ghost right in front of HK.
Okay, so you take 2 strain and you upgrade the check because your HK47 isn't.
I had a triumph on initiative as well, so he had a free maneuver.
All right, so you don't take the 2 strain, but you upgrade your check because he's engaged with an ally.
All right, I'll shoot the other one, and I'll just move. Let's see. I'll figure it. I'll only move to short range. I'll figure that out.
You're short range.
Oh, I am? Okay. So yeah, I'll shoot him, and it uses my will instead of agility.
Yep.
And where is my... My will is 3. I think my ranged light is 1. And the dice will hit 1 range defense.
Things aren't hard to hit.
Yes. It's got 1 range defense, so 1 step back.
Okay. That's actually a little bit better than if I had to use my agility.
Okay, so
let's see if this works. Ugh.
It does not work.
Oh, can I have HK pass me a blue die?
How?
He had an advantage that he didn't spend.
Oh yeah, sure.
Come on, you can do it. You can do it.
Let's see if this helps. Nope.
No.
I missed, so I guess I pass a boost to the next person to go with my advantage. Or actually, do I? Can I use it to find a piece of information in my environment?
Let me see.
I think you need 2 or 3.
Yeah, I think it's.
Oh no, wait. Aliana moved a boost to the next person to roll, and that was HK. HK forgot to roll a boost.
Oh.
Yeah, because I did a boost to the next person and 2 specifically to Nunku. And since no roll was involved to attune.
So should I roll a boost, or is that gone?
Up to Jeff.
Okay, so you could do the blast if you wanted to.
No, blast on
Blast is
this
3.
requires 3.
Oh, it's 3.
If you miss, it's 3.
Could he have passed a second boost to Pata then?
No, you need 2.
No, I mean he can pass a boost to the next person for
2
Yeah.
is
one advantage.
one's to the next PC. 2 is for a specific person.
Yeah, usually the once to next PC is limited to one single
Oh, okay.
advantage.
Never mind then. So that's still pretty much the same thing happened.
Yeah, same thing happens.
But you have 2 advantages to spend instead of 1, I think, or 3. Yeah, 2. So you could give yourself a defense, or I don't know, do something with 2 advantage.
And that's 2 advantage. I can't remember if 2 advantage. I'm going to check the one now. I don't think it's enough to give the information.
Let's see.
It's
Oh,
one
yeah,
advantage. It's one advantage
enough.
per additional piece of info.
Okay, yeah. So I'll just spend it on that, and then pass a boost if it's 1 advantage.
All right. You notice that the walls in this room are extremely thick, and that they might actually interfere with your comms. In fact, the door looks like it's made from lead or some galvanized material. So that'd be a useful piece of information.
And if I can relay that as a incidental, I will.
All right. You tell them that you think the walls are thick and that your comm signals probably are not getting out of this room.
And that's it for Pata.
Okay. This moves here and swipes at Aliana. What defense do I roll against?
Melee or ranged?
It's melee.
4 melee defense, 3 upgrades.
I see 4 adversary on your character.
No, it's 3 adversary and 4 melee. And
I
4
see a
ranged.
4. I see 4 dudes with the thing. I see 4 flexing dudes.
Well, oh, okay. Is that the one for upgrades?
Yeah.
Yeah, flexing guys.
Okay. Well, I'll fix it. It should be 4 ranged and melee and 3 upgrades.
All right. So it missed you. What do you want to do with threat?
With those 2 threat, I want to do improved parry to hit it for 7 breach 1 with improved parry.
So you take strain. What? It just automatically does damage.
No, it just does it.
You take strain.
I don't take strain or anything because I have improved. Oh no, that takes 3 threat. My bad. It takes 3, not 2. 2 threat. I think I want to give it a setback on its next check, or is that 3 also?
No, 2 is setback.
Yeah, I think I want to give it setback on its next check for that 2 threat.
Okay. Then this one will engage HK 40. Actually, it'll be right here. It'll engage HK 47, and it will attack.
So which one is upgrade? The muscle man?
Yeah, the muscle. The flexing is adversary. So
Okay.
Upgrade.
There,
All
now
right.
I got my character
They're
fixed
missing.
right.
Okay, so whatever you want to do with that threat, and we'll move to the other.
Is it on Aliana or is it on HK?
HK.
HK.
Gotcha.
All right, so we'll move over to the other PCs. You guys will be fighting that in your room. What do you guys want to do?
So we were just scoping out the area while they were talking about Jedi stuff.
Okay.
So basically just looking around.
So you see what looks like a medical room, and there's computers. They look like the computers can be activated, turned on if you want.
That's what I looked at Klein, and I pointed to the computers to see if Klein knows anything about knows how to work with computers.
Are you there, Klein?
Yeah, sorry. I had myself muted. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna be looking around the room as well.
So I'm pointing at the computers. pointing at you and seeing if you know anything about computers.
I can try. I mean, I'm not real good at it, but I don't think I'm really terrible necessarily either.
And then he's gonna point at you, go into the computers, and then he's gonna stand where you are and watch out for anyone coming.
Okay, I'm gonna ask him what he wants me to look for.
You're gonna shrug his shoulders.
The blind leading the blind.
I'll walk over to it, and can I tell just by looking at it possibly what type of console it might be?
It looks like a very old computer, and it looks like it's the keys, the language, it looks like it might be an offshoot of BASIC or even BASIC, but like it's like our version of English versus William Shakespeare. So it's kind of like the keys.
that.
It looks familiar. You could probably figure it out, but it's probably going to be a 3 purple difficulty computer check versus an average because it's familiar, but it's old. It's like old school. So.
Okay.
And the keys are in different positions. I guess the alphabet was different 4,000 years ago than it currently is. So you got to use like single fingers to find the key, and hopefully you spell it the correct way or whatever.
Okay, all right. Then, yeah, I will attempt to make a computer check to see if I can gain access to it to figure out exactly what it is or what it's used for.
So it's just 3 purple computer. It does not require any tools, but if you have tools that say right tool for the job, you can get a boost for it.
What happened to Aliana being support?
That's coming up here real soon. I'm about to send a text message in general concerning that.
So you guys were easily able to defeat those things. You guys find yourself, though, in a locked room.
Could we recognize what material the outside of this temple was made out of by walking past this little breach?
If you can get out of the room you're in, yeah.
I mean, like, while we walked past it, could we recognize the material?
It's like some type of door steel, possibly. Galvanized door steel.
Is there any kind of computer system near the door or that might control the locks on the door?
Let's see.
Oh, I have an idea.
Yeah,
why don't we just sit down?
But it looks like it has a red light on it, indicating that it's been locked remotely.
Why don't we sit down? Done it.
Can I try and slice it?
You can, but let's move to the other. Let's see what. Are you guys doing a computer? Oh, you did do a computer. Okay, so Klein, you were able to get on the computer. You got a pretty good idea that this is a medical room. It has some really old files of some tests on it, some results, and tracking a few. It was tracking a few individuals that actually, as you're digging down in there, you see some information that this was tracking several individuals whose DNA is very similar, and possibly they might have been clones. They have numerical identifications, and it shows that these individuals are tracked and had information, but the information kind of about the updates and procedures about its protein levels and all that stuff, medical stuff, seem to not be updated for those individuals for a while, and then you come across something that's about 1,000 years old versus 4,000 years old, and it's using similar DNA, but the DNA looks like it had been corrupted, and it looks like it might have even been using animal DNA in its place. And you also see something about midichlorian levels, and that they've deteriorated. But this new batch of clones that takes place 2,500 years after the original one looks like it's starting to use animal DNA as the original human DNA it was using was corrupted. And you can take 3 strain.
Oh, sweet.
Okay. I'm gonna turn and look to Arrow, and I'm gonna ask them if, which I know it's probably not possible, but I'm gonna ask him if he has a data pad on him by any chance.
Mean this?
I don't know. What are you holding up?
A data pad.
Okay, then yes, exactly that. Can I see it?
He hands it over to you. Find stuff? Did you?
Possibly. Can I try to download the information from the console onto the datapad? Or transfer it? I don't know how exactly it goes, but...
Yeah, you can do that. You can transfer specific information.
Okay, yeah. I specifically want to make sure that I get the information on the potential clones with the animal DNA. And the corrupted DNA. After that, I guess we'll leave. And I'll suggest maybe we head back down the hallway that our friends were heading down when we left.
So I had a
do you see
question.
anything going on down the hallway that I'm looking down? So I'm kind of peering out from the corner there to see if anything's coming or going.
Looks pretty empty. Have you guys been in this room yet?
No, we started with this room first.
Okay, so we'll go back to Pada. What you said you wanted to try and slice the door? Get into the lock. So yeah, you got tools with you? Pada, are you there?
You're muted.
I have inbuilt tools in my cybernetic implant.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So you can access it. It's military grade, so it's 4 purple. Computer
Okay.
check or mechanics check or computer check, depending on how you're trying to open it.
I guess I'll do mechanics because I think with help from HK, I'm actually a little bit better at that.
Okay.
Whoa, what happened to the initiative tracker?
Well,
you guys,
we kind of.
I went ahead and you guys were not going to have any problems with those, so I don't want to bog down.
Right, but I'm not done in combat technically.
Oh, what are you going to do?
I'm going to instigate a force duel with whatever dark side force user is controlling this place.
Force duel?
It's something from unlimited power. It's force fuckery.
So what's it do?
We go into a mental duel off with discipline and force rating until one of us strains out, basically.
So what's the range on it?
There is no range stated, so it's infinite. It's whoever is controlling this place.
So could you technically have a force duel with the Emperor?
It's his force of will against my force of will, basically.
Yeah.
I need to know more details on it.
It's unlimited power, page 91.
So what's the
Under force duels.
Does it have any restrictions as far as the target or whatnot?
Essentially, we're rolling our force rating and discipline at a 2 purple against each other, and whoever strains out first loses. And each success causes a strain. And if they do anything other than concentrate on the force duel, they lose the force duel automatically.
Okay, so did you target one of those spirit things?
No, she's
No,
talking
I'm targeting the user that's controlling this area because there is not a range limit associated with doing a force
But
duel.
how would you know who the user is controlling this area?
Because the user is whoever is controlling this place and summon those things.
But how would you know who that is? That's what I'm asking.
I don't have to
all
know who
takes
it is.
a
I'm
flip of this
basically
switch.
I'm interrupting his force powers to keep him from doing force powers in this place, and he can either decide to relent and let me have this place, or he can enter the force duel with me and see who wins.
All right. Well, then you guys, then we'll go back to you. Paddock can be trying to unlock the door, but I'm gonna have to look up a.
But I'll let
NPC
you
stats
decide
for
how you want to
something.
do it.
This will take
I
a
know.
really
I'll
long
let
time
you
'cause
decide
they're
how.
an NPC that's, 5,000-6,000 years old that wiped out millions of people to gain.
Right,
this force
and
power.
that's
It's
what
gonna
I
have
was
a lot of
saying. I'll
strength.
let you decide after you read force duels in unlimited power to how you want to do it. So I'm good with that.
Okay.
I'm trying to remove his threat from our party, essentially.
Nunky will spend this time trying to attune to the crystal.
All right. So you did the mechanics. Okay, so you were able to open the door, open the blast doors. Okay, so the blast doors are open. Everything else in the building is pretty quiet. Aliana, you are getting a sense of a light side presence.
A what?
A light side presence in the Force. As if maybe a holocron of one of the Jedi Masters might be trying to reach out to you, or give you some type of information. You're feeling the presence of something that's not dark. That might be.
Is our blast door still closed?
He just opened it.
Ah, gotcha. If I can, I'll try to follow it that way. But honestly, if this dark side presence is here, I'm more interested in removing the dark side presence from this temple, which is my intent, essentially. If it's already gone because his servants are gone, that's fine, but I was going to give you a chance to read the Force duel rules from Unlimited Power.
I'll have to do that in between sessions. If you guys have any complicated powers that you might want to use in the session, if you can bring those up beforehand so that I'm not having silence, that would be...
I usually would, but I didn't know this was going to be a thing, but when you present an NPC that is not physically here that is using the dark side to influence us, that's going to be my go-to.
Okay.
Because that's the only way to get at the root cause of the problem, if you understand what I'm saying.
I'm going to go over comms and ask if anyone else has been attacked. Now that the door's open, see if comms work.
So, if it ignores you, then what? If you do that and it ignores your...
If he ignores you, then he loses.
I know, so what's that do? If he just ignores you and just... What's the downside to it? If you do it and it doesn't resist, what happens to it?
I think he relinquishes control.
Aliana.
Oh, nothing, but I was just going to say narratively, probably what she did was after she killed the droid, she unignited her lightsaber, turned to them and said, "You handle the physical issues, I will deal with this dark side user," and she would probably get into a meditative trance.
Okay, and so is there any downside to it? Just like, okay, sure, I'll let you do your thing to me. Then what happens?
It just loses, and it essentially can't, it doesn't really say there's no, initiating a force duel says we go into a battle of wills and we roll discipline plus force rating, and whoever strains out first loses, and if he does anything other than concentrating on the force duel, he automatically takes my strain, without a resistance roll. But if he just gives up, it's up to you what that means. But narratively, I would assume he would back his dark side presence off of this temple if he's not physically here.
Okay, so he's what he's doing is, I guess, like the summoning spirits or whatever. So once he summons them, they kind of and just tells them to do something. He's done with that. So that's kind of what he's been doing. Unless
Yeah, it was essentially an interrupt to keep him from summoning more of those things, because if he spent his turn summoning those things, he couldn't defend against my attack.
Okay, sounds good. So you do that, and that could be the reason why no more of those shadow things have popped up.
Okay, and that's essentially what it is. If he's using force powers to summon those things, if he does that, he can't defend from my force attack against him.
Okay, sounds good. You don't... Okay, so you do that. You do your trance while he's opening the door. And you are... Once you do that, you feel as if you've won the battle trance. In the dark energies that you felt in this area seem to have dissipated out of the temple.
After that, she'll look at Nunku. There may be some more droids that are hostile, but you can probably continue crafting your lightsaber if you want me to help you. I know how to do this.
Oh, yes, I would like help. I'm not the best at crafting stuff, but I am decent.
And I think at this point is where those 2 called boosts to Nunku to do it would come into play. Are you okay with that, Jeff?
Yeah, that's fine. All right, so as Klein and Aereo are... Let me see if I do this. There we go. That makes it faster for me to zoom in where you guys are. So you guys are looking at this area. This looked like they were cloning vats, but they've looked like they've long since been destroyed. So something that was... In fact, if you want to do the computers on here, you can. You're a little more familiar now since you kind of got through it with the last one, so I'll say you could do a 2 purple since it's the same language as the other console if you want.
Okay, sounds good. I'll do that.
So it'll be 2 purple. Then computers.
I'll be out her back looking over her shoulder if she needs a boost. I mean, if he needs a boost.
So he's providing you a boost by letting you know, don't worry, he's got any threats that might happen, so you can concentrate on that and not have to worry. So
going over comms and asking if they've experienced any contact. Did anyone answer?
Have you said
I think
that
that's
you
all
open the door?
we're doing this computer check, I bet.
Did you say that after you open the doors?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys can respond. You guys can hear him now on the comms.
And I also relay that we were attacked. Well, technically Aliana attacked first, but...
All right. On these computers, you see that these cloning vats have not been used in over 4,000 years.
Okay, and that's all. It doesn't give any other information, just other than...
You get some information about the original DNA that they use, which is different from the DNA that was used with the animal DNA over 1,000 years. It was tested on the other system. So this DNA looks like it was... the original DNA had midichlorians in it, but none of the clones actually had any midichlorians in it. It produced probably about 10 different clones while it was in operation.
So is this person listed as subject something, or is it given a name?
It has subject number 67321, 67322, 67323, so it does that. Then it also has the name of Master Moko Doko was the original donor of the genetic material.
Okay, if I hook up the datapad and download that information, will it erase the other information I downloaded from the other computer, or how does that work?
It depends on how much you want to store on there. If you want just that basic information, that's fine. If you want all the specifics about the entire map genome, all their processes, all the. I mean, does your character really care about what techniques they tried in cloning? Because it has all that history. So it's up to you what all you want. But your data pad only has a certain amount of memory. So
No, I think I would be more specific in like the DNA structure and the donor information. Like that would really be all I would want on there.
okay, from both systems. So yeah, you can download that, and your thing's getting pretty full. That data pad is.
Okay, all right. Yeah, then I will go ahead and tell Ario that I think we need to go back to the group.
Danger?
No, I just since they came over and said that they were attacked, I think it would probably be a good idea to all be together and not potentially be in danger and separated anymore.
I'll immediately on my gank Tom talk to Nasdaq. Is everything okay? I heard you guys were attacked.
Who are you asking?
I was speaking to Nasdaq, my employer.
Oh, and he's stuffing his face. You guys, I hope you don't mind, but I kind of got really hungry as you guys were leaving kind of the food sit behind. I kind of ate. You know, I didn't want to get cold. I mean, there's still soup you can drink if you're hungry, but I'm sorry. What was the question?
Nothing. Never mind. Continue.
He's over there leaning back, reclining in the chair, and he's got his hands on his big old full belly.
I think we might need to get out of here.
And and any other Force user, you guys are feeling like this temple had a purpose, but without doing further investigation, you think that the purpose might somehow be tied to this entity, and that the breach in the wall, the Sith droid, training droid, and the shadow creatures and the possession of, they all might be connected, but you get this feeling that further investigation might be required to unlock the mysteries.
Pull him along so he's with us, so we don't separate everyone.
And I'm gonna come back to the room to where all the everybody else is at. And when I walk in, I want to walk immediately over to Aliana, and I'm going to hand her the data pad. And I'm going to tell her that I think that she needs to take a look at this, because I think I have figured out what this temple, kind of like air quotey, was used for. And so she might be able to, I don't know, better decipher the medical information from it than what I can.
Also, you notice that these computer terminals seem to be kind of specific functions, so they don't really have information outside of its area. So like the medical room had medical files, the cloning room had cloning files, so if you investigate other computer consoles, you might get more information.
Oh, can Nunku collect the staff? I mean the electro staff?
Yeah. Electro staff and a lightsaber.
He's staying away from. Wait, does the lightsaber give off bad vibes?
It looks like a lightsaber hilt.
Aliana, is this lightsaber safe?
Let me check it out. What was it?
It's not corrupted, if that's the question.
Well,
Where was this lightsaber from?
It was on the
from
droid's hilt. It never got a chance to pull it out because you.
The one I killed. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
What type of hilt is it?
It's basic lightsaber.
Also, I would want to put a claim on the electro staff if we're looting it.
It looks like
Hey,
it
already-
was a so it's basically a
I
standard.
don't think that's how it works, dude.
What?
I think Eliana would look at Nunko and go, well, I mean, a hilt is a hilt unless you want to put your personal vibes in it. But she would try to snatch whatever crystal is out in it to see what the crystal is.
It's a bled loom crystal.
Oh, that's good.
She'll show the crystal to Nungo and say, this is bad, but the hilt is not necessarily bad.
Now,
Oh yeah, I know the hilt's not bad.
now the
I just
crystal,
want
the crystal is not bad if it's just been bled, right? Because Asano
It's still
Tano's
dark side a lot.
but Ahsoka,
right, but
Ahsoka Tano's turned gray, and hers was from a Sith Inquisitor that was bled, and it just turned back to being gray when she used it.
Right, but she took the time to purify it, so it was no longer bled, it was purified.
Oh, okay.
purged.
I say the nasty.
So it's temporarily bad, basically.
Pretty much, unless until a light side user has enough time to purify it. But that's how all dark side crystals are. Like in FFG, it's weird because a dark sider can have any crystal and then he just bleeds it to make it red, but it still gets the benefit of whatever crystal it was. It's just a red one instead.
Okay, so it would have all the basic. It would have the basic stats of the loom crystal.
Hey,
The question I have to you, Jeff, is what type of crystal was it that I snatched out, and do I know to be able to even make a check?
I don't know if there's a lightsaber, if there's a Kyber crystal check, or then maybe a lore check, but it is a standard lightsaber. Lightsaber and standard lightsabers have the ILLUM crystals in them.
So Ilum, so a standard Ilum.
Yeah, a bled standard Ilum.
Yeah, she will say this crystal has been is bad because it has been bled by a dark sider to conform to them instead of them naturally using it.
Now, you might mention that it's strange because droids cannot do that.
Oh yeah, and she would totally say, you know, droids can't do that. This had to have been done by someone attuned to the Force and then put in this lightsaber and given to the droid.
I'll look at Nastic and tell him through the game comm, is that the crystal that you were looking for all this time?
No, we were mining crystals. This cave, this temple, though, is worth a lot more than any crystals we were mining.
I think he was talking to Demarian's character, right?
I thought he said Nastic.
Yeah, I was speaking to Nastic in the comm. Yeah, in the comm on the game comm. Like Nastic responded.
Yeah, he's like, no, we're just mining the regular crystals because apparently they're valuable on the black market.
Do you think this will be more valuable? Maybe you should see if you can get it from them.
Hey, if that crystal's so bad, I'll take it off your hands.
Who's this talking?
Nastic, the guy that was possessed, but now he's not, and he seems to be hungry and eating the food, and thinks that this place is a great.
Here's the issue. Here's the issue. I didn't want the group of miners in here to be able to get to those crystals anyway, because selling them on the open market will cause the Empire to come after you and eradicate you.
We're aware of that. We go through a third party on the black market who is able to secure nice payments with people that want to remain anonymous.
I have no problem with that, but I would like to purify this crystal first and maybe give me and my group a cut of the pay that you sell it for.
Possibly.
Finders keepers.
We'll have to do some. We could do some negotiation on that, but just don't throw it away. I'm okay with paying you to do whatever your purification or whatever it requires for you to give me the crystal to sell it, and I'm sure we can come up
whatever
with a
requires, and I think I want to push the negotiation check right now, Jeff. Whatever is required of me for you to be able to sell this is going to take me a while to first purify it So I'm investing my time in it, so our group should get some of the recompense from you selling it, because it's a dangerous proposition in selling it anyway.
Yeah, selling it, I assume all the risk of getting arrested or worse if I go through the wrong person. But so I think I should still get a pretty good cut. Say you do some work on your end and I got to do some work on my end. Well, let's just say we split it down the middle.
Okay, I was gonna actually say 40-60, but if you want to split it down the middle, I'm fine with that.
That's fine. No sense in haggling. That's not my strong suit.
Okay. And narrative time, I don't know how long that takes Jeff to purify a crystal that has been bled, but that's what she's gonna do.
I'd say a
she
couple
gives it to
hours.
him.
I would just say a couple hours. So as long as you're not in combat and you need it right away, if you got downtime, you can just do it before you go to bed or something. Cool. Anyone want
I
to say
don't know
something?
if anybody heard me earlier, but when I came into the room, I gave Aliana the data pad and told her that I think she needed to look at it because it, I think, might give her some insight as to what this temple was used for. And I specifically point her in the direction of the file that I have for Moko Doku, or Doodot, whatever his name was.
Let's just go with Moko Noko.
She'll give Klein a nod and say, "Have you guys located the central processing unit in this temple yet?"
But
Danger,
go back out and continue investigating to find it if you want us to.
I'll go with you, but I think we need to. This is a temple that's been lost for a while, and I think we need to update its protocols.
Sounds like a good idea to me. I don't like this place.
I'm not good at computers, so hopefully one of y'all are, but either way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not great at them, but I mean, I did manage to get, like I said, quite a bit of information off of the med room and the cloning room that I found, which is what is on those data pads, which is why I said I think you needed to look at them, because I'm sure that you're far more intelligent than what I am, and will be able to decipher the information better than what I can.
I can assist with medical and computers knowledge as well.
What's metachlorians?
They are the things that go through life, apparently.
Okay. I'm gonna have to.
Here's my headcanon for you, Jeff. Is midichlorians a thing or no?
Yeah, they're actually in the FFG book. Now, whether midichlorians, there's debate on whether more midichlorians mean you're strong in the Force or not, because it was a caveat on one of the Force and Destiny books I saw in the one of the black text that said that some people have lots of midichlorians and they're not that great in the Force, and other people have like very low midichlorians and they're really strong in the Force. So people take it with a grain of salt.
But
so in that case, this is what Aliana's going to say. Midichlorians mean nothing. What matters is what you do with your life.
They mean nothing.
But
doesn't she know anything about Anakin?
But one thing about midichlorians though is usually if someone has a high amount of them, they do have Force sensitivity at some level.
Oh, I totally get that, and I totally support that Anakin brought balance to the Force by killing all the fucking Jedi. Sorry, we're still recording.
Yeah, so I need to end.
But you see what I'm saying? It's like it matters more about what you do with your powers than having unlimited power.
Well, so this is the only way that the first clones didn't had like very minute midichlorian levels of that of the non-Force sensitive person, and the one that was done just 1,000 years ago versus the last time that the cloning vats that were used were 4,000 years ago. Some tests were run about 1,000 years ago on something that had a different DNA profile that looked like it was mixed with animal DNA, and it had really high levels of midichlorians. So that's the information that was on the data pad.
Are we pretty much towards the end of the session?
Yeah, I think we are about to end.
I'd like to attempt another. I'm assuming you're going to tell me it's an impossible check, and we have all these light side, and I'd like to attempt it.
All right, go ahead. To find out about X Raccoon.
No, you may or may not approve it, but I'm going to look to Klein and be like, and this is up to you with this impossible check. You know, I've heard of a sect of.
You heard of a what? I lost you. Are you still there?
He's been logging in and out constantly throughout the stream.
I've got to go for real though. I got to pick up the dogs. So.
Yeah, he'll be back.
So go ahead and let him know. Okay, I was gonna say I gotta end the stream now, but you can roll it on Discord.
I think I died, but I'm trying to inform Klein of a little known thing with Night Sisters that they can imbue someone with the Force that was not naturally born with the Force, aka the Night Sister tree and witchcraft and all that.
Just can you just message me that on Discord? I got to pick up the dogs right now.
I'm just saying. I'm assuming you're going to tell me that's an impossible check, correct? Before I can even decide.
I need you to describe it more before I don't want to make a quick decision.
It's the Night Sister universal spec. That's what I'm trying to describe to Klein.
Oh, that she might be able to get to it.
Yes, it is a process.
Go ahead and do an impossible.
It's a process which they can imbue someone with the Force that was not born with the Force.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll that then, and I gotta go.
What's the experience?
15.
15 experience. I wrote it in the chat.
Cool.
What will be the difficulty for making a great sword hilt lightsaber?
I'll take all that strain for that success to be able to
that's if I
explain to Klein. That's what I'm saying. I'll take all of that, whatever, from that threat to be able to explain to Klein that there is a way to make someone a Force sensitive who was not born a Force sensitive if Klein is interested in it.
Klein, does your character like to get power quickly, or does your character like to spend a lot of time to learn stuff?
I from my perspective and from what I would say that they want to gain everything on their own, because since they were a cloned, version of stormtroopers and whatever for the Empire and Imperial forces or whatever, they know kind of what they do. So
okay, well, you guys can discuss it. I gotta head out. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right.
You can just mention on Discord, okay?
And I guess just tell me what those threats are going to be for whenever. But she's kind of explaining that to anybody that is not a Force user, as she's heard of a means to get you attuned to the Force, even if you're not a Force sensitive.
Cool. All right. I'll see you guys later then.
Later.
Will.